Juliet Charlie Flight 2024. Cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff. Juliet Charlie Flight 2024.
Going to be a jet sweep. Going to bounce it to the outside. Uses that speed. Room. Spins off of one tackler. Still on his feet.
Still going.
Still going. Touchdown! James Clemens!
Yes, sir!
Welcome to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. We'll be back with pregame coverage after this.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. Since 2014, Honest Coffee Roasters has believed that coffee should be both delicious and of the highest quality. Full-service craft coffee shops, locally owned in Madison and Huntsville, they source their coffee directly from farmers around the world, so they know the quality in each cup. And not only coffee, breakfast, lunch, acai bowls, and seasonal treats, too. Order online at honesthsv.coffee. Honest Coffee Roasters, located at 92 Shorter Street in Madison and 114 Clinton Avenue East, number 106 in Huntsville. Honest Coffee Roasters.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at Tzatziki'sCafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
Local sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544. If you'd like to download a copy of this game or hear it again on demand, go to pasnetwork.net. You can find this game and previous games under the Archives tab. You can also subscribe to the Play Action Sports podcast and listen to it on your favorite platform like iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify, or ask Alexa or Google to open the Play Action Sports podcast, keeping you up to date on Athens and Limestone County sports. Play Action Sports. Welcome to the James Clemens pregame show. I'm Tim Lambert. We're at Madison City Stadium for the big Madison Bowl matchup with the other school. The Jets had an early bye week after defeating Gardendale 2 weeks ago, 17-10. Coach Chad McGee joined us back on Tuesday during the Wingmen podcast.
For you guys, you're ready for game number one. You get that, and then all of a sudden, the schedule hits you with a bye week. Yeah, it's not a bad time for a bye week, but at the same in terms of who your next opponent is. Yeah. But how does that set up for you as a coaching staff to keep those kids motivated last week as they get ready for this week?
Yeah, it's a challenge. Obviously, when you try to make the schedule, you don't want to have a week 2 bye, but it's just the nature of who we can play and who will play us and who won't play us, and when Spain Park could play or when Homewood could play, we do so much during the summer, and then you got fall camp, and you finally get to play a game, and then it's like you hit the reset button and you got to go back to fall camp, and you got to try to stay motivated and to get better and use those days as an opportunity to improve. And it's always a challenge. I thought our kids did a really good job. I think they're a pretty mature group. So we had we practiced about 3 days out of the week, and but we're healthy and going in. You obviously would like to have, you see your most improvement from game 1 to game 2, and so we'll hopefully we're going to see a lot of improvement going in the game too.
So Coach Truitt, last week we asked him right out of the gate, how long ago was it when he decided he was going to pitch the first play of the game to you? And he said about 2 weeks prior to game 1. So what was your response? Just go with it?
Just go with it. I don't, to an extent, I let those guys do their job, and I have confidence in him as offense coordinator, and that's why he's one of the best around. And said go for it, and so it worked. He'll pull some out, and some work, and some don't. And I try to stay out of their ear while they're calling the game. But I was telling Coach Johnson here earlier that the goal line tried to do the hook and ladder to the tackle and fumbled the ball. I was like, I flipped over, and I'm like, I'm in on this conversation. So do not do that again.
That's invaluable, though. I mean, all the years I coached football, I would love to work for a head coach who didn't micromanage every decision that goes on. I hired you as a professional. I hired you as a coach. Go be a coach, and I'll let you know when there's a problem. I would love to work in that environment.
Well, and Coach last week talked about that.
Yeah.
How nice it was to have somebody that had faith in what he was trying to do and the brand that he was trying to build with the offensive side of the ball, and you letting him do a lot of the things. And I think that's our job as head coaches, right?
Yeah.
Like hire
that's
good
tough
people,
to do, though.
Trust them to do what they're supposed to do, and then if there's somewhere you got to step in, you don't want yes men.
No,
like that never works. I've never seen a group of coaches that had just yes men and that it worked. You want ideas, and you have the final say, obviously. And so he bragged on you as the head coach of letting those guys coach and do what they were hired to do.
And I admire you for that, having faith in them and allowing them to go work. And of course, I have, the trust goes both ways, but that's huge.
Well, imagine that in our profession, just as teachers and schools you've worked in, and you want to work for that person that puts you in the classroom and trusts you to do your job and doesn't micromanage you in any profession. But I think we're very intentional about, or I am, about trying to get the right guys and put them in the right seats, and guys that I know will do a good job. And we've got from top to bottom top-notch guys that are really, really great at their profession, at their craft. And that's what we tell them, like, be the best at your position that you can be, and go learn and try to do these things. And and I let him do it, and I let him call the offense. That's what he was hired to do. And he's a brilliant guy too. And I had a vision for what I thought James Clemens should look like offensively and what we should look like defensively, and he's executed the plan.
Well, you could see it last 2 Friday nights ago. Just you talked about it, I think in our first or second podcast, where these guys that are on offense, I mean, they've been with you the whole time, and they were thrown to the wolves their first couple of years. And now, second year with Coach Truitt's offense, you can see that level of confidence that those kids went out there and on that level of performance that they had that Friday night. Just from a running back perspective, I mean, we had Cam Berry here last Tuesday, and we talked to him about, what he brings to the table with the C on his chest, as a captain and everything. But there was not a bigger, there were a couple of big runs. MJ Gideon broke off that 61-yarder for the touchdown, but to close the game the way Cam did, that speaks volumes for the level of confidence that those guys have in that offense.
Yeah, and we've got a two-headed monster now back there with those guys. And the beauty of what we do is it's pound it, 3, 4, and then all of a sudden it's 75.
Yeah.
Because defenses overcompensate for a shift, a trade, a motion, get displaced, and you just keep pounding, and finally you break that explosive one. But Cam, that run was like an angry man running, trying to finish the game, and that's why he's got that C on his chest. And the kids see that because they voted him as the captain, and he's going to have an unbelievable year this year, and have a great opportunity to go on to the next level and continue to do those things.
Well, and we talked about too what an impact, and you're talking about leaving a legacy for something. You could already watch the impact on DJ last year. Started to run harder when Cam came into the game and ran that way. You watch MJ the other night. There's a couple runs he made with just that fierce, I'm looking to punish somebody, not get tackled or not get away. I'm going to punish somebody. If they're going to get me, they're going to pay for it. And that toughness kind of is rubbing off on the rest of the running back room, it seems like.
Yeah, and I think competition makes us
it makes you better
too.
Yeah, makes you a coward or makes you better.
If you've got a unit room of running backs that want to be the guy and want to compete, at any position, you want to develop depth where you know that if you don't perform, then you can come out because we're going to put somebody else in that can perform. And so competition makes us better. When you don't have competition, then you're not going to improve. And I think that's a big part of it too. But we've got more depth. We've got more guys competing. We've got more guys, I feel like, in year 4 that can go out and execute what we're asking them to do. If one goes down with an ankle injury, and the next man up.
You talked about having to motivate the kids last week a little bit because there was no game. There's not really any extra motivation you got to put into practice this week for the opponent we got coming up.
We got a game this week?
Yeah, we do have a game this week, Coach.
No, there's no. You don't have to motivate them for this, and having that game coming up was motivation enough next week where they should have been self-motivated anyway without us having to do it. And it goes without saying that these guys have been in this long enough in this game going into their 3 years, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. They kind of understand the magnitude and the scope and the focus that's on this game from this community, and not just this community, but the media outlets and AL.com, and it's quite a show. But I told the guys, I go, there are few places where you get to experience an environment like this, and they're fortunate to get to play in a game like this in front of a crowd like this, because you don't get this everywhere, and for the majority of these guys, your seniors, when they walk away, they're not going to play again. There's no Alabama-Auburn game they're going to get to play in. There's no heated rivalry, but this is it for them, and that's exciting for them. And I look forward to seeing them showcase their skills. And we've tried to make it really difficult, in practice, and really loud, because that's what's going to happen, and trying to improve on some things that cause us to stall on some drives because of noise level and because of the snap count. And so we try to make it very chaotic and hectic out there. I can't hear myself think with the music and the noise and what we've got going on. But
you mean on Friday nights or practice?
Practice this week.
Okay.
Just trying to put them in that environment. So Friday nights, I don't hear anything.
How many seniors do you have on your team?
We have 30 seniors.
30. Wow.
Obviously, I don't know if we've talked about this, but not just being a captain and the players voting him a captain, he's wearing number 0, and we have not had a number 0 in the James Clemens program.
I asked that last week with him, and I'm glad you brought that up.
We haven't had a number 0, and so you got kids that want to wear 0 and ask for it, and I'm like, I'm not giving these kids, I'm not letting this kid wear 0 or this kid wear 0. I'm like, how special would it be for the coaches pick? Like, this is the guy. This is a guy that we believe in, that's worked hard, that's sold out for the program. This is the guy that deserves to wear number 0. So he's gotten that honor this year to wear that. based off our coach's discretion. So there were a few guys we could have gone, but the only one that can wear 0, and it was Cam. So, and we'll continue to do that yearly with the guys that we feel like are deserving of that jersey and make it special. Number 1, AJ Little, obviously, 6'1" receiver for us that has another guy that has played 10th grade, 11th grade, and senior year. So another 3-year starter on in the
really
fire.
Athletic.
Yeah, great hands. Just kind of, he's just been really, for as long as even in 10th grade, very solid. Like, that he's going to catch the ball. He's made some big catches in his career at clutch times, and and
he's committed somewhere, right? Is he Air Force?
He's Air Force. So we got AJ that is committed to Air Force. We got the tight end Isaac Achenbach that's committed to Air Force, and we got Ty Doty. So we got over $1.5 million in scholarship between those 3 guys.
And don't lose sight of that. The Air Force, that's not the easiest thing to get into.
No.
Well, it's a testament to these kids' academics,
right?
That they've that's where a lot of guys fall short when they want to go, well, I'm not being recruited and ... Well, because you've limited your options by your GPA and your academics. So for these guys, super great in the classroom. Isaac Achenbach's taking all these classes that I would have no business being in ever. And
he's what, like 6'6"?
6'6", tight end, and he's going to be a great fit there for them and what they do.
He end up being like a tackle or something at some point.
They want him right now as an inline tight end.
They really?
Yeah.
And see, we don't say his name a lot, but he's doing effective. I mean, he's doing his job.
Those runs that we just talked about.
That's it.
That's as much to his credit as is to the running back.
It goes back to him, the Tank Ezels, those guys you're talking about that do the thankless work.
Yeah.
Right. Back in the old days, the Moose Johnsons that were the fullback for Emmitt Smith. They don't get their name called a lot.
You like to talk about Moose, don't you?
Man, the '90s Cowboys.
I love them. I love them
just
too,
a matter
man.
of time before Lone Star brought
I love them too, but
brought up the Cowboys.
He goes straight to Moose.
Yeah, he does.
His first name is Daryl, by the way.
It is. Well, Coach, so I would ask you the old Rocky question. Well, I am going to. What's your prediction for Friday night? Mr. T's
prediction?
My prediction? Pain.
But see, I knew we'd say it. You wouldn't have to.
I'm not going to give any predictions. I will say that, we do have a great challenge and a great opportunity in front of us. They're a really good football team, probably as complete as I've seen since I've been here in 4 years. A lot of size, speed, and athleticism, and so we're going to have to really, really execute, and we're going to have to tackle well. They're very explosive on offense, and so we've got a great challenge in front of us.
That was James Clemens coach Chad McGee sitting down with Kirk Pierce, Johnny Johnson, and Brad Kimbrough on the Wingmen podcast back on Tuesday. We'll be back with more of the James Clemens pregame show after this. Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being, and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley. One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
If you're looking to make your business stand out, save yourself some time and make Apparel Lab in Madison your first call. Apparel Lab will help you grow your brand with custom t-shirts and hoodies using their unique direct-to-garment printing. Laser engraving can put your design on mugs and tumblers. Plus, they can help with custom-designed hats, stickers, banners, signs, decals, and much more. Apparel Lab. Call 344-4656 or visit them online at apparellab.inc and on Facebook and Instagram. Located in the Madison Mall Shopping Center on Old Madison Pike. Apparel Lab.
Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic, Southern, character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special. And that includes local sports. Call 233-8750. Come by our office at 508 South Jefferson Street or look for the link online at athensal.us.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation, that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the AHSAA and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
Ready to show off your film IQ? Ready to show it off during James Clemens football? Maybe it sounds like trying to mix oil and water, but hey, we're just trying to have a little fun. Listen for our in-flight movie quote during James Clemens football coverage on PAS Plus. We'll slip in a line at some point during our play-by-play commentary, and if you can identify the movie that it's from, text the answer along with your name to 434-1PAS. That's 434-1727, and you could win a $10 credit from Honest Coffee Roasters in Madison. The in-flight movie quote from Honest Coffee Roasters and PAS Plus.
Welcome to another edition of James Clemens Sports right here on PAS Plus. We are live at Madison School Stadium for tonight's matchup. It is the Madison Bowl as your James Clemens Jets start region play against the visiting Bob Jones Patriots.
I'm not worried about region play. I'm not worried about anything else.
I was just looking at you.
It is a Madison Bowl. And I mean, look, I've been jacked up all week long, right? Today it got accentuated. Yep. I go up another notch. Yep. I get to the stadium. And, I mean, the place is rocking.
It is.
Right? I mean, we got extra speakers here. Clay is killing it over there on the sound system. I'm trying to watch the Jumbotron to see all the crazy stuff that's going on there. Right? We got 3 skydivers come in. The place is packed out. There is nowhere to sit. There's barely anywhere to stand. I mean, there's lines everywhere. They're still trying to get a parking lot. They're parking down the street on Madison Boulevard, right, and having to walk over. And then what always hits me, the national anthem gets played, and now I mean the chills run down your spine. I'm ready to hit somebody from Bob Jones in the mouth.
Well, we're up here in the press box, everybody. We're a man down. Coach Johnny Johnson's not with us. I'm Kirk Pierce, Brad Kimbrough up here in the box, and as you can tell from Coach Kimbrough, we are a little jacked up.
A little exciting. Now,
I
can't even sit down.
James Clemens comes in tonight. Coach McGee coming off of the victory last year against Bob Jones, where they won 40-13 on their way to a region championship. This is the first game of region play for both. Both teams. Yep. Yeah. So, but see, here's the catch. James Clemens had a week off.
Yep.
They played Gardendale, took last week off on a bye. Now they're in for their second game, whereas Bob Jones, this is their third game in as many weeks.
Yeah, and that could hurt or help us. You know, we talked to Coach McGee about it last Tuesday on the podcast, and it's good in the sense that everybody has a chance to kind of heal up and rest. It's a chance that you have or an opportunity for you to prepare a little bit more and get ready for this opponent. However, he also mentioned that, you make your biggest gains week 1 to week 2. We all know that to be the case.
That's right.
So for Bob Jones coming in, they got to see those games. And I know you can hear our student section.
Oh, yeah, you can hear them.
It's just the captains are coming out onto the field, and our student section is just, they've been raucous as anybody, man. They booed the cheerleaders.
I know. The cheerleaders walked out, and they were just coming to watch our cheerleaders perform.
Yes.
And they got just a loud boo.
Hey, I will say this. We've won the student section battle already. We got way more people over here decked out all in white, but they've been booing since warm-ups. Okay, they
really
booed the long snapper. They booed everybody. They booed the ball boys when they ran out there.
They are not biased when it comes to that.
But Bob Jones got to go week 1 to week 2 and then kind of assess where they are. So they're obviously a little bit more comfortable, especially after the 2 big wins that they had. Right? They're putting up 111 points in the first 2 games, and they've only given up 19. The flip side is, I think we saw way better competition in Gardendale than Bob Jones saw in their first 2 games. And having 2 weeks to prepare, I can't imagine what Coach Truitt's come up with.
No, I agree completely. Now, this is Coach McGee's 4th season. He comes in with a record of 22-11 as the captains head out towards midfield for the coin toss. We have our 2 permanent captains, Cam Berry, number 0, and number 50, Tim Coleman. Also, number 82, Eisen Achenbach, and also Micah Douglas, number 60. And then I can see the guys over there for Bob Jones, their numbers. Yeah, they're shaking their hands and everything.
It's some big guys.
It's big guys. And they're a fast team. Bob Jones is a fast team.
Well, I mean, all those guys down there are big.
They are. Compared to you and me, they're definitely
every
big.
one of those captains are big dudes.
They are. And when you look at what Bob Jones has been able to put up over the course of the 2 weeks, you're right. That competition has not probably been as good as Gardendale was, but at the same time, it's the Madison Bowl.
Oh, dude.
So everybody's going to be pumped. We heard Coach McGee talk about it earlier in the week, where he was just like, we just got to get his best time is here in just about a few minutes where he gets to put his headset on.
As soon as this coin flips over,
he's ready to roll. And the only people that need things from him are the officials.
Yeah, you're right. The Madison Bowl, it's a rivalry sense, and or a rivalry game in every sense of the word. Both teams are going to get each other's best shots.
Yep.
Right. And one of the things we talked to Coach McGee about is you can be super prepared, you can be super ready, you can be super conditioned, you can have a great game plan, but if you don't get your emotions in check,
that's right.
Right, then that can cause problems. So which team can be the most disciplined on top of all that preparation and on top of all the preparation and work they've put into getting ready for this game?
So James Clemens won the toss and deferred to the second half. So Bob Jones will receive, and both teams getting ready to run through their respective lines.
Yeah.
And but Bob Jones led by Coach Kelvis White. The last time Bob Jones won a region was in 2015. So they're looking to get back on board. Here come the Jets. You can hear them coming in right now.
In the best-looking uniform,
Best-looking uniforms in the history of high school football. The full jet blue top to bottom, white numbers.
Bottom, baby.
Makes me happy. I'm excited for this game. Bob Jones, all white top to bottom, looks like a bunch of stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And stormtroopers aren't accurate. So that's why I said that. But nevertheless, that's where we're at tonight. We're just a few minutes away from kickoff, and we're excited. Now listen, you can check out the PAS Plus mobile app. It's your connection to all of our live streams, along with scores, game archives, and a whole lot more. Go online to pasplus.net for the download links. And I tell you, we got Tim Lambert up here, our producer extraordinaire. We've got Stretch. If you haven't
forgot about Stretch.
Stretch Carson.
So much has happened.
I know. Stretch is going to be bringing us the stats at halftime, so we're looking forward to that. Coach Johnny Johnson, I know you're listening. We miss you, man. Hope you guys are having a good time down there.
Hey, and congrats to JT Johnson. Got the first couple at bats today, or I know he got one at bat anyway. I heard he had success there in all those games. And I hope I'm sure Coach Johnson and Miss Jerry have enjoyed going down there and watching
absolutely.
Watching the games today.
Well, we'll try to do it tonight's justice as we're getting ready for kickoff.
We can't. Is there any way we can portray through the airwaves what the atmosphere is like right now?
I hope they can sense it in our voices.
I don't know.
Because I'm pretty pumped. Now, going to be kicking off, and Ortiz, we talked about him the other night. Coach McGee, what did he say? The only thing he asked Ortiz to do,
in the end zone,
keep it in the end zone.
Get that thing in the end zone.
And against Gardendale, he was successful in doing that every time he kicked off. Bob Jones coming out in their all-white uniforms, ready to receive the kick. So we're excited. Man. It's time for the Madison Bowl right here at Madison City School Stadium. Kirk Pierce, Brad Kimbrough, Tim Lambert, Carson Austin, our chief statistician, and it's kickoff time.
Been waiting on this for 2 weeks.
That was a lot just to get ready for this. Now we're going to calm down and get
I can't
into
calm
the mode.
down. No, my heart's just pounding right now. We're waiting.
So back deep to receive for Bob Jones, going to be Reese Dorsey, number 11.
Student section going wild.
Bob Jones going to be going from south to north.
We don't know cardinal directions. Tell everybody we're kicking left to right.
Left to right. Here we go. And here's the kickoff. High end over end, foot to leather. And it's going to be fielded at about the 7-yard line. And he's going to find himself a crease trying to break it to the outside. Finally brought down short of the 40-yard line, down to about the 38. Looks like where Bob Jones is going to start with really good field position. 1st and 10, Bob Jones.
They are going to start in good field position, and that's only going to help this quarterback, Johnny Jackson, who they feel is very experienced and brings a lot of leadership. You know, he came from Giles County, Tennessee, came back to Madison, and he's been at Bob Jones. And you mentioned the running back earlier, Samuel Morrow, that they really like. They're going to lean on him a lot tonight. And they got like 3-4 wide receivers that they count on to be super fast and break the field open.
So they're going to start with a split set. Got one running back in the backfield, 2 splits to the far side, 1 to the near. Put a man in motion. They're going to do a little jet sweep around close to the near side, and he's got a wall, but now he's going to get around that wall, crosses the 50, goes out of bounds in the positive territory. James Clemens, 49-yard line, 1st and 10, Bob Jones.
That's a good play for him. We just kind of lost contain, and really lost contain twice. We came up to play it early, and it kind of got pinned in, and then our outside guy just got pinned trying to make that play.
So, quarterback, mentioned him earlier, Johnny Jackson. You've got Sam Moore in the backfield, putting a man in motion, 2 splits to both sides. He's looking to pass. He's a lefty. Going to throw it across. In and out of the hands of number 22 for James Clemens. That is Mason Rose. Dropped just a perfect interception that could have turned into a pick 6.
Well, kudos to him. He read the route, played on the outside, waited till the ball was thrown, and then went and finished the route, jumped the route, I guess we should say, and did a great job. Probably credit to the wide receiver for getting a hand in there and kind of playing defender himself. I know Mason Rose, Coach McGee, is really high on as one of those defenders in the secondary.
So you got trips to the far side, 1 to the near. Again, 1 back in the backfield, fake handoff, going to look to throw in the grass, overthrows his intended receiver, number 2, pass intended for Caleb Sanders. But I tell you what, back in the backfield, number 34 for James Clemens, Hayes Harrison, looks like the Penn State linebackers of old.
He does, and Hayes Harrison made that play because he's got the guy wrapped up. He couldn't make the tackle, but just staying on him is forcing him to get rid of that ball, and he throws it a little high.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that Jackson is listed at 5'11", 180, but that's not true.
That cannot be true.
Because he is a big quarterback.
If that's the case, I'm 5'10".
Shotgun, empty backfield, puts a man in motion. Going to fake the jet sweep, looking to pass, throws it over there. In and out of the hands, picked off! Picked off by number 15 for Miles Taylor. James Clemens. First interception of the game belongs to James Clemens.
What a catch, too. I mean, that thing kind of tipped off the hands of the intended receiver, and he's already overrunning it, reaches back with his right hand and traps it on his shoulder pad.
And then
big time play.
Big time play. Miles Taylor with the big pickoff right there. It'll be 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, let's see this Jets offense. I mean, we talked about Jacoby Gill so many times 2 weeks ago, just being a tick late here or there with a read or letting the ball go. Of course, we know Ty Doty's had 2 more weeks to get healthy. Let's see where they're going to use him. And Cam Berry and MJ Gideon put on a show for us.
So you're going to have Berry start in the backfield along with so there we go. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, Ty's in the backfield.
Ty's now in the backfield, and it's an I formation with Berry in the front. Going under center.
Hand it to Ty.
Ty looking to go to the outside. He breaks tackles. He's down short of the 50 or 45-yard line, down to about the 44. So pick up a 5 yards there by Ty Doty, breaking that first tackle.
I'm going to start moving my mic when the play happens so you can just call it.
Well, you get really excited, and I love that.
Well,
we're good.
I mean, enthusiasm and confidence is everything, right?
It's always good. It's always good.
Man, I that was wild. We see the shifts all the time, right? But this time we brought 3 men on a shift. Ty ends up moving to the deep slot like an H-back. Cam moves to the fullback position, and Jacoby goes under center. Looks like we got a holding call, though.
We did. We had a holding call as Ty Doty broke that tackle and went to the outside.
And to be clear, he broke that tackle in the backfield.
Yes, he did. So now to be 1st and 20 as the ball's moved all the way back to the 30-yard line. So here we go. 1st and long way to go for for Jacoby Gill. Shotgun formation.
Comes Ty again.
Puts Ty in motion. Yeah, trips to the near side with Barry in the backfield. Looking like they're going man. They're going to throw it out to Ty Doty. Ty Doty trying to make one-man miss, but that was a good arm tackle, bringing him down. But he still picks up 9 on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 11 for James Clemens.
Yeah, and I'm glad Ty didn't try to do too much right there. Move the line of scrimmage up and give yourselves a chance here, like 2nd and 11.
That's it.
We're going to have a hard time. We talked about that first play, him breaking the tackle in the backfield. Bob Jones is really excited about the 8 starters that they returned from last year's defense. It's going to be a tough unit to score against.
Against all of our starters on offense. So here we go. Trips to the far side, faking the handoff to Barry, looking to throw it. Ty Doty's got it, going to try to break it to the outside, makes another man miss. Stripped. The ball was stripped out of his hands as he tried to make a cut, and the Bob Jones player steps out of bounds. So now another turnover, and it's Bob Jones this time.
And we just went back to it right there. He's trying to get to the outside, trying to make a little bit bigger play, and as he kind of rolls his body to the outside, guy did a great job of just reaching in there and raking the ball out.
So you could tell that Ty was trying to make that cut. Must have had that ball a little bit further out from his body as it was just completely stripped from him.
Well, he's got it on his inside arm. He's trying to get back to the outside, which, of course, at that point he probably would have switched hands. But that ball being to the inside gave him a chance to rip it out.
So you got Jackson in the backfield and Monroe. They're going 2 splits to the far side, 1 to the near again, shotgun formation. He's going to hand it off right up the middle to the big running back, Monroe. He fakes to the outside. There's a hold, but they're not going to call it.
No call on that.
Finally brought down at about the 15-yard line, so a big run there by the running back, Samuel Monroe, and he was able to get outside and break containment.
Well, they kind of had GT action right there. It might have been both guards pulling, which has been trouble for us. At that time, he didn't cut it up. He just stayed to the outside. Of course, the hold helped.
So going to get it to him again up the middle, and he's going to bull his way forward for a couple of more yards as the chain gang finally gets caught up to the first down marker.
Yeah, same blocking action right there. That time he just followed those guys, tried to get up inside.
So he was able to pick up 3 yards on that play. So second and I'm waiting for the chain gang to get set. Here we go. 2nd and 7 from the 12. 2 splits to the far, 1 to the near. Monroe in the backfield with Jackson. Fakes the handoff, misdirection. He's going to try to break it to the outside. Going to be brought down for a loss. Now, I can tell you right now that was a busted play because Monroe was going one way. Jackson was trying to fake on the other side.
Yeah, I think he was trying to roll up behind him where those blockers were heavily set up.
Right.
And it closed quickly. He didn't like it. We were probably slanting that way. And as he tries to go outside, we did a great job of running to him instead of kind of stalk blocking and waiting.
So he loses 1 yard on the play, which makes it 3rd and 8.
It's a big play right here for us.
9:13 and counting. No score. Bob Jones after the turnover from James Clemens. Jackson looking to throw. Throws towards the end zone. He's got a man. Catches it off his fingertips.
That's a
busted
big catch.
Coverage in the secondary.
Yeah.
Touchdown. Reese Dorsey, the receiver there for Bob Jones. Bob Jones with a touchdown.
Yeah, Reese Dorsey, the Decatur transfer who came in this year. They think he's going to be an elite type guy. I mean, they think he's going to be big, and he looks the part. Right there, we had a busted coverage. They got 3 receivers out to this side. One goes inside, one kind of corners, and then one does a little stalk and then late out, so we just busted it somewhere. We didn't pass off that coverage very well.
Not at all. So now Bob Jones lining up for the extra point. Really, I wish they'd just go ahead and line up. I hate it when they come split out, the linemen, and then they run back in.
But it forces the defense to prepare for something else. If you don't honor it, it's a quick little throw out there for a 2-point conversion. You gotta do something.
So the extra point is up through the uprights, and it's good. With 9 minutes left to play in the opening quarter, Bob Jones takes a touchdown lead, 7-0 over James Clemens. You're listening to Jets Football on PAS+.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. Kirk Biff, Brad Kimbrough, Tim Lambert. Up here in the booth, 7-0 your score. Bob Jones, 2 turnovers right off the bat. Bob Jones threw an interception, and then Ty Doty had the ball stripped from him as he was trying to make a play. Had a nice hole that he was trying to get out, and they took it from him.
And you know what? Both turnovers were really forced turnovers.
Right.
It's not like we just made errant decisions.
That's correct.
You know, those were forced turnovers. Great play by Mason Rose to come up with or was it Mason?
Yeah,
yes,
it was
great
Mason.
play by Mason to come up with that catch. That's a tough one. And then great play by the DB over here.
So their kickoff guy is lining up weird because he's going to definitely kick it away from Ty Doty. He's going to pooch kick it.
And a tough corner.
And it's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be a penalty right there. That's going to give James Clemens some good field position to start off with their second possession of the first quarter.
You know, risk reward there. Do you want to take a chance kicking the Ty Doty, not knowing what he's capable of? You only saw one film so far this year on Ty, right?
Well, you got to know.
But if you look at last year's films, that guy can hurt you.
He can, definitely. So go to your Amazon Echo device and say, Alexa, open PAS Plus, and you can hear our coverage of James Clemens football in crystal clear quality all season long. All right, here we go. Second possession for the Jets as Jacoby Gill comes out there along with Cam Berry and the rest of the crew. You're also going to see MJ Gideon, who was a workhorse in the first game against Gardendale here 2 weeks ago. So Gideon and Berry both in the backfield with Gill. So now you got a shift. Bob Jones definitely prepared for that.
They're center again.
So here we go. I formation. Berry in the fullback, going to hand it off to MJ Gideon. He bounces to the outside.
Goodness.
He's got himself a hole. Trying to find another crease. Breaks it across the 50-yard line down to about the 38-yard line of Bob Jones. Huge run there by MJ Gideon.
Man, you know, we talked about the big defensive unit there for Bob Jones. You know, they got 2 big defensive linemen that they really feel like are special. And how are we going to handle that, moving those guys? That time we created just a crease. And MJ Gideon did the rest, running through that crease, running through linebackers' arm tackles, and he gets in the second level big time.
So you're seeing it again. Cam Berry in the fullback slot, Gill under center, one split to the far side. That's Little. Tight end in motion. Now everybody's set. Going to do it again to the other side.
Same play.
MJ Gideon's going to the other side.
Go get him, Cam.
He's got himself a break. He makes a cut. Down to the 20. Still on his feet.
Run out of tackle.
15, 10, 5. Going to be in the end zone.
Oh, my gosh.
James Clemens.
He's a man.
38 yards on the touchdown run by MJ Gideon.
Wow. MJ Gideon that time goes wide, and credit Cam Berry for the block out front. Cam Berry's the guy that gave him that real block so he could cut back across the field. And when he did, he runs through about 3 or 4 tackles, spins out of another one at the 2-yard line, and just made it look effortless.
He really did.
Man, he looked like a strong teenager 2 weeks ago. He looks like a man in the last 2 runs.
Great. That was a great run there by Gideon, running through tacklers. Ortiz, extra point, up and good. We're knotted up at 8-11 in the first quarter. Guys, it's the Madison Bowl right here on PAS Plus.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at tazikiscafe.com. Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. As 8:11 remaining in the first quarter, and we're knotted up at 7 apiece. Coach Kimbrough, I tell you what, MJ Gideon with 2 huge runs there, and that touchdown right there for 38 yards was just a man-child on a mission.
It really was. He just was not going to be denied, and at times he made evading tackles look effortless.
He did.
You know, and we've been talking about the rivalry. Remember after the touchdown how hyped that side was over there in the sea of red, going crazy, and they were hyped up and wild. After that touchdown, silence. Silence over there. And that's how quickly, things can go back and forth in this.
So Ortiz going to line up to kick off, getting ready to put foot to leather. And he's going to kick it.
Oh, he's sky kicking too.
He did. Right there. It's going to be fielded at about the 15-yard line. Going to cross down to the 30. Finds himself another crease and another. And ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground. It's a scrum. James Clemens saying they've got it.
No, he's saying he was down.
Yeah, he's saying he was down, but
and he may be right. I mean, he took a big hit from our coverage team.
But I tell you what, that was close, and that's going to give Bob Jones the ball at their own 37-yard line.
Man,
that could have
our
been
guys
huge.
got in there hot too.
Could have been huge right there.
Coverage team that time really got down there, but we were weak on the far side. Of course, that's where he went, right? And now we're in backside pursuit, and we don't have great angles.
So he went to all of his blockers, but I'm going to tell you this. If he had stayed straight, he had a clear path.
He did have a crease.
So here we go. Monroe and Jackson in the backfield. You've got double wide receivers on the far side. Going to hand it to Monroe. No, that's not Monroe.
No.
That's the other running back. Number 24 is Jaden Rice for Bob Jones, and he's going to pick up a nice gain there of about 6. So it's going to be 2nd down and 4 for Bob Jones as they're just shy of the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he just kind of weaved his way in there on that one and kept those legs turning. Man, I'm still impressed by this big offensive line that Bob Jones has. There's not a small man up there.
So right here, 2nd and 4. Jackson looking for the snap, puts Monroe in motion. Monroe out in the flat. Jackson going to try to throw it, dumps it off to Monroe. Monroe does not make the catch. He tried to trap it. Yep. So he tried to trap it. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. I will tell you this so far, and it's probably the nerves of the game.
Oh yeah, definitely nerves right now.
But Jackson, a lot of happy feet back there.
No, he's got happy feet, but he also saw film where our guys are coming after the quarterback at Gardendale. You know, the one film they have to look at with this defensive scheme we're running, they got a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
They really do. So you've got 2 splits to the far, 1 to the near. Again, 3rd and 4. Going to hand it off, fake the handoff, going to throw a missile, and it's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down as Jackson is getting up off the ground.
He took a shot. He had done delivered the football, and he was trying to get rid of that thing quick, which is why he threw it in the turf. But he took a shot anyway. He had to pay for it, and I love that rivalry game, man.
Well, that was
Make him pay for it.
That was Rashad Freeman pushing the quarterback down and letting him know, I'll be here all night.
He's not shy about putting a pass to somebody.
No, he's not. So back deep to receive at about the 20-yard line is Doty, as it'll be the first punt of the night, as Bob Jones went 3 and out on their 3rd possession.
Man, we made it like 7.5 minutes. Nobody punted. We've had 2 scores, 2 turnovers.
It's crazy.
Our first punt.
I would say this is typical of a Madison Bowl.
Well, there's nothing typical here.
No.
Except the baby powder.
Except the baby powder and the confetti in the end zone.
Uh-oh.
Going to be blown dead. See what the officials say. So delay a game there on Bob Jones.
Oh, hey, we'll take that.
So move him back a little bit more. So after Gideon ran his touchdown, our student section in the south end zone popped those cannons, and there's confetti all over.
Yeah, it decorated the place a little bit over there. You know, baby powder is against policy for this game.
So now Doty still stays at the 20-yard line. I guess he's trying to give himself. Now he's got to get rid of it.
We came after that one.
Yeah, we did. Now it's going to be a short
Stay away from
punt.
this. Get away from it.
It's going to take a James Clemens bounce.
Oh, we lucked out.
Over towards the sidelines, and it's going to be 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 35.
If you didn't get that yard line right, I was going to get your eyes checked. That thing bounced 6 times
on the
perfectly
35.
parallel on the 35-yard line and got out of bounds. You know, we talked 2 weeks ago, the last broadcast, about how we did not come after a punt, even with Clay Coleman getting everybody riled up right here with his Jumbotron memes. We brought in extra speakers for this game.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's excited.
You know, if Coach McGee couldn't hear himself pregame previously, he's deaf right now.
Barry in the backfield with Gill, 2 splits to the near. That's going to be Doty and Little. Now Doty goes in motion.
He's going to stack receivers.
Going to throw it over here to Doty in the flat. Doty trying to find his way around the corner. And he runs right into Little.
See?
Goes to about the 42, so a nice little pickup there.
Yeah, and I think that's the Ty Doty we need, where he's not trying to do too much, right? He got behind his blocker that time and actually runs into his blocker just to make sure he's picking up good positive yardage.
So Little was able to hold his block, but he still, if Doty had kind of cut back a little bit, he would have gotten a little bit more yardage. But we talked about Little the other night on the podcast. He's going to the Air Force.
Yeah.
And that's awesome for him. All right, here we go. I formation again. Barry in front. Gideon behind him. Gill under center. Little split out. Going to hand it off to Gideon. Try to find a cut. He does. Picks up first down yardage. So 1st and 10, James Clemens, as he gets 5 yards on that play.
And he earned those last 3.
Yes, he did.
We missed a block, and we had a defender sitting flat-footed waiting on Gideon in the backfield. Well, he just shucks to the inside and picks up another few yards. And the linebacker who met him got punished for meeting MJ Gideon.
So now you got Barry alone in the backfield, trips to the near side, as Gill is going to be in the pistol. So 1st and 10, Bob Jones does a shift. Quick pass out to number 21 for James Clemens. He's going to cross the 50 down to about the 40.
Is that a first down?
Yeah, no, it's going to be close. Yeah, they're going to give him the first down. So a 10-yard pass.
And I missed that. Who?
21, Alex Lively.
Alex Lively. Good for Alex.
Good first down reception there from Gill to Lively.
You know what? Coach Truitt fooled me right there, because when we lined up in the pistol formation, I just knew we were going to shift out of it.
So
we did not.
I asked Coach McGee if we were going to see Gill throw a little bit more, and so far, we have.
Oh, yeah, we have.
I formation again. Gideon behind Barry. Now Doty in motion. Little closest to us. Split out. Now Doty comes in a little tighter. Going to fake the handoff.
Oh, that was going to be a good play,
yes,
too.
It was. It's a nice little trap going.
I see Micah bouncing around. I'm wondering if he's the one that moved a little early.
So they called an official.
Oh, good. Good.
Official timeout.
That's smart on the other sideline.
I don't know what just happened. Did they just call an official timeout on the play?
Watch what?
I don't get that. I don't understand why they did that. So it's 5:59 remaining in the first quarter.
It had to be an official's timeout. They're not crediting with anybody else.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll keep it here. Hey, listen, tell you about the in-flight movie quote during our James Clemens coverage. We'll sneak in a movie quote at some point as part of our play-by-play commentary. And play-by-play commentary. And if you know what the movie's from, all you got to do is text your name and the answer to 256-434-1PAS. That's 256-434-1727, and you could win a $10 credit to Honest Coffee Roasters in Madison. And let me go ahead and tell you, as we woo on the scoreboard, Ric Flair up there letting everybody know. And I tell you, a couple of weeks ago, we did not have a winner. We need a winner tonight for the in-flight movie quote, so listen closely for that. And you could be a winner of a $10 gift card from Honest Coffee Roasters. All you got to do is text your name and the answer to 256-434-1727. All right, as we get ready to go back to the action on the field, 1st and 10, James Clemens from the Bob Jones 41-yard line, as Coach McGee and crew are taking their time. And rightly so. Now the officials are coming over, and I don't know what's going on. But I tell you, while we got this break, Brad, the thing that is impressing me right now, we knew this coming into tonight because we saw it against Gardendale, the blocking, the front line blocking, led by permanent captain Tim Coleman in the center spot.
Yep.
Those guys are opening up some holes for Gideon tonight.
Yeah, they are, and that's the thing. I mean, they are creating just enough of a crease against this big defensive front that, I mean, we got Rudy on our scoreboard. They're creating just enough of a crease that's all he really needs.
That's it.
And Cam as well. They're able to hit that crease pretty well, and when they're hitting it at the speed they are behind those pads, that's positive yards.
Oh, absolutely. So here we go. 1st and 10. James Clemens from the Bob Jones 41-yard line. So you're going to have both backs in the backfield split or on either side of Jacoby Gill. You're going to have Little and Doty to the far side. Everybody else is in tight. We got the tight end, number 82, Isaac Achenbach, in tight.
Big kid.
So Gill, shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off to Barry. Barry finds himself a hole, pushes his way forward. Hard 3-run gain there by Barry. 2nd and 7. James Clemens down to the Bob Jones 38.
You know, in that time, Gideon is leading the way for Cam.
Yeah.
I mean, just leading it up in there, trying to – we tried to kick out the end and MJ Gideon lead up inside. Man, I love what Coach True is doing right now. Very, very run heavy. That's taking some pressure off Gill, and we're using both backs.
So Gill, pistol with Barry behind him. Doty close to us, Little on the far side. Achenbach in tight.
Man, Barry looks like a man right now. He's ready to go.
He really does. Here we go. Here's the snap. Going to hand it off to Barry. Barry puts his head down. Boom! And over. Runs over that defender. Another hard 3-yard gain there by Cam Barry, as it's going to be 3rd down and about 4 as they get down to the 35-yard line of Bob Jones.
I tell you what, our backs are punishing people right now.
We saw a helmet fly off.
Yeah, our backs are punishing people. That time the guy looked like he somersaulted riding Cam Barry to the ground. But they're punishing him. Right, we're still in the first quarter. If you do that consistently all game long, you are going to wear those guys out.
So now Lively comes in. He had a 10-yard reception earlier. Now Achenbach goes in motion. 2 splits to the far side, 1 to the near. That's Doty. Now you've got Little going in motion. You're going to hand it off to Gideon. Gideon trying to find his way. He does, close to the first down marker. I think they're going to mark him a little bit short. So it's going to be 4th and short here. And now that was Barry with the run. Now Gideon is coming in.
That was an impressive run because there really wasn't much there for him that time, and you had really strong pursuit on the backside.
So this has been the Cam Barry show on this particular drive right here. He's got 9 yards on 3 carries, hard 3 yards each time. Now we're 4th and 1.
Ain't no kick team here, baby.
32-yard line of Bob Jones. Barry and Gideon in the backfield. Gill's going to use his big body and push forward. He's still on his feet as they drag him forward for the first down. You saw Tim Coleman with his hands on Gill, pulling him forward, and hey, you can do that until he falls.
Those interior 3 linemen got such a push, and Gill was kind of overpowering them. I think he finally runs up the butt of Coleman, right? And Coleman didn't have a choice but to turn around and start getting him some extra yards.
So they go all the way down to the Bob Jones 24-yard line on that carry. 1st and 10, James Clemens. They need to get to the 14 for another first down.
Yeah, but you got a fresh set of downs to work with.
I formation again. You got A.J. Kelly going in motion there. Gill under center, faking the handoff. Now it's going to be Doty on the other side. A little misdirection. Doty's trying to find his way. Dives
bless
forward.
his heart.
He just got it. Was a shoestring tackle.
It really
Picks up
was.
6 yards, though, on the play. 2nd and 4.
But really proud of Ty, right? He didn't try to do something crazy right there. He kept it inside as long as he could. He's looking for an opportunity to get out behind those blockers. Good play design right there. It's almost like a delay, right, coming back.
You had a pulling guard there because everybody was coming here to the near side, and the pulling guard was the only one that went to the far side.
Yeah, you got kind of like boot pass action look right there, and then follow that guy around the end.
So you got trips in the backfield as you've got looks like A.J. Kelly in the back along with Barry and Doty.
Was this to force a timeout by Bob Jones, or was this our timeout? It's a new look. Yeah, we got a true fullback in there, and then you got 2 deep backs all in the eye.
So 2nd down and about 5 as Doty was able to get 5 yards on that play. So 2:52 remaining in this opening quarter, and waiting on the official.
Man, it'd be great.
So James Clemens did take a timeout.
It'd be great to punch another one in right here, and that may be what they're thinking is like this is an important possession right here with a chance to punch another one in the first quarter. So while we got the confetti on our side.
Might as well have that. So listen, you can listen to this football season. You can listen to us, the Wingmen, as we'll talk to James Clemens coaches and players each and every week live from Walk On Sports Bistro in Madison. You can hear it on your PAS Plus mobile app or on your Alexa device. And you can also go online at jcwingmen.net and pick us up. And also, you can just come out to Walk-Ons and join us for the live broadcast.
Heck yeah, dude. It's a great atmosphere.
We have
way too much fun.
So join us each Tuesday night. Broadcast starts at 7 o'clock. If you can't make it, just listen to us live on jcwingmen.net. That's the Wingmen. That's myself, Kirk Pierce, Coach Johnny Johnson, Coach Brad Kimbrough, Tim Oz Lambert, and also Carson Stone Cold Stretch Austin. I tell you, man.
Stretch.
And he's our chief statistician, does a great job, and looking forward to what he's going to be able to bring to us tonight. All right, 2nd down and 5 as you've got Gill in the pistol. Little, Doty split to the near side. I think that's Berry in the backfield, and it is. Now Achenbach goes in motion to the other side. Here's the snap. Hands it off to Berry. Berry looking for a hole. It bounces it to the outside. Picks up the first down.
I think so.
So 1st and 10, James Clemens down to the 14-yard line. Well, about 14 and a half. Now they're going to put it on the 14. They're going to say he's just short. No, they're going to say first down.
Yep.
So 1st and 10, James Clemens.
Good, man. I'm telling you, our backs are doing a great job right now, and that was good vision on that time because there was no hole where he wanted to go. Right. He cut that thing back inside. They're cutting back against that backside pursuit. There's just enough of a crease that they can get their pads down and get through it.
So Doty and Little split to the near side again. Berry in the backfield with Gill. Handed off to Berry again. Berry's trying to go to the outside. He finds a crease. He's down to about the 4-yard line. Finally brought down at the 3. Picks up another first down. 1st and goal, James Clemens.
What patience that time by Cam Berry. He had to really wait for his blocks to set up and then get behind his guys. And then he had to wait for an opportunity to cut.
So you know what takes a high explosive offense out of their game?
When you don't let them on the field.
That's it. So James Clemens knocking on the door. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. As you've got Gideon and Berry in the backfield. Again, Little and Doty split to the near. Achenbach goes in motion again. Goes from right to left. So we're going to hand it off to Berry. Berry looking to get it to the outside. Going to make his way in the end zone.
He's got it.
Touchdown, James Clemens.
Doesn't it sound good? Doesn't it just feel good to say that?
Feels great. So a 3-yard punch in by Cam Berry, one of the permanent captains. Senior Cam Berry. Another James Clemens touchdown on the board.
Dude, that whole drive, really the last 2 drives, have just come on the backs of Cam Berry and MJ Gideon. Yeah, we've dinked some passes here and there and moved the chains, but those guys just getting behind their pads and running hard.
So you've got Dylan Laughlin, he's the holder. Tim Coleman is the snapper. And Anthony Ortiz, he is the kicker, lining up for the extra point. Now they're talking. They're in a huddle, not really sure what's going on.
Well,
but there's a lot going on.
Yeah, A.J. Kelly keeps kind of bending over, and then you've got
looks like number 73.
Yes,
Tyler Gage.
Yeah, I think some guys are just dinged up, and I mean, look, offensive line is gritty right now. They are grinding out those last 2 drives, and I think those guys, they're beat up a little bit.
So, the officials kind of giving them some time. So here we go. Ortiz lining up for the extra point. 2:06 remaining in this first quarter. Snap, kick, up, good.
Dude,
James Clemens.
That was flawless.
That was
the snap, the hold, and the kick.
That's what you want. James Clemens, 14. Bob Jones, 7. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
Since 2014, Honest Coffee Roasters has believed that coffee should be both delicious and of the highest quality. Full-service craft coffee shops locally owned in Madison and Huntsville, they source their coffee directly from farmers around the world, so they know the quality in each cup. And not only coffee, breakfast, lunch, acai bowls, and seasonal treats, too. Order online at honesthsv.coffee. Honest Coffee Roasters, located at 92 Shorter Street in Madison and 114 Clinton Avenue East, number 106 in Huntsville. Honest Coffee Roasters.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. 2:06 remaining in the first quarter. James Clemens on the arms of the running backs there, basically taking these 2 touchdowns. MJ Gideon with a 38-yard touchdown run to get us on the board, and then Cam Berry with a 3-yard touchdown to take the lead, and they're going to kick it off to Reese again. Reese finding his way through. I tell you what, he is a handle to bring down as he gets all the way out to the 40-yard line.
Well, he's fast. He's obviously got good vision. And the guys in front are doing a great job of just getting in front of the pursuit team. So we're going to have to do something different on the kick because, I mean, that's 3 times now. That guy's been really close to breaking a big one.
Just do what Coach McGee wants to do and kick it in the end zone.
Yeah, whatever. Do we have deflated footballs or something out there? Why can't we get this thing in the end zone?
So you've got Johnny Jackson, the quarterback, coming back in.
It's so close to our comrade who's not with us, isn't it?
It is.
You want to say his name.
I do. So he's going to go splits to the near side. He's got 2 of them. faking the handoff. No, gives it to number 2, trying to bounce it to the outside. That guy's got some speed, doesn't he?
Does he?
And he does. Makes his way out to the outside, picks up 11 yards and a first down as he crosses the 50-yard line into James Clemens territory. 1st and 10, Bob Jones at the James Clemens 49.
Well, I think we played that the way we're supposed to, but we're just not keeping that outside contained. And the problem is you're coming in to play it. You want to keep it tight to the vest. You don't want to give him a space to cut it back. But, man, he can turn on the jets.
That's Caleb Sanders, the running back. They're going to hand it to him again up the middle, and he's going to be met in the backfield. Nowhere to go, and he's going to have a loss on the play as a whole swarm of Jets just go in there and dogfight their way back and make it happen. The swarming, dogfighting Jets D.
Well, again, I think it was Hayes Harrison that gets there early, right, and it makes the initial hit in the backfield. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. We're getting there. We're sticking guys. We just can't make that initial tackle. But that time he held him up just long enough that when he breaks out of that first tackle, we had 3, 4, 5, then 7 guys on him.
So he puts him 2 yards behind the chains. So 2nd and 12 as they're back on their own side of the 50 at the 49-yard line. Jackson looking to pass. Throws it over there. Finds his man, number 11 again. Reese Dorsey. Dorsey makes the catch, and he was just a great placement pass there to Dorsey, and he goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Right where he's supposed to be, and Jackson had plenty of time to stand there and scan the pocket. His feet weren't as happy. He didn't feel as pressured that time, and he threw a pretty ball.
Just right into the hands of Jackson.
Yeah.
To Dorsey. So,
in a place we weren't.
That's it. So a 31-yard reception there by Dorsey. Takes it to the 20-yard line. They're going to do a little read option. Jackson's going to keep it himself. Bounces to the outside. Makes one man miss. Goes out of bounds at the 11-yard line. So
hadn't seen a lot of that from him.
No, they haven't done the read option
game.
yet.
So giving us a different look, giving us something else to look at, giving us something else to defend.
So Monroe was the back. He went out faked it to him. Now they got a penalty flag on the play. So that's going to push Bob Jones back after that gain of about 6.
Hey, I love it when they back up.
So we're going to watch them. Then get ready to watch them because that's what they're doing. Where's it at? Clay? Back it up, Terry. So that's going to move the ball all the way to the 30-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 20 because they're going to replay first down. So,
well, this is the situation that Coach McGee's talked about so much, right? What he likes out of this defensive scheme is trying to get guys behind the chains, which we all do defensively.
Right.
But if we get guys behind the chains, he feels like our chances defensively go way up of getting a stop.
So 1st and 20 at the 30-yard line. You got Jackson and Monroe. Going to hand it off to Monroe. He's going to bounce it to the outside. Makes another man miss. Still on his feet. Finally tackled out of bounds short of the 12-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 11 as he goes out of bounds. Wow, he took a shot.
We talk about Hayes looking like one of those 90s linebackers.
Yeah,
he brought it like a 90s linebacker right there, making the hit on the sideline. We're coming in and we got to get our heads up for that first tackle.
Over pursuing just a little bit, but that was an 18-yard run there by Monroe as he's the workhorse so far. 2nd and 2 from the James Clemens 13 is what I'm looking at. Got to get to the 11 for a first down. Going to give it to Monroe again. Whistle dead. So a timeout by Bob Jones. And so that's going to be their second time. Well, they're still saying they got 3 timeouts. So it's going to be their first timeout of the first quarter with 52 seconds.
I don't think we're keeping up with that because we took one earlier and it still says 3, right?
3, yeah.
On the last play, we had great point of contact with the running back, and then we drop our head to make that low tackle, and he kind of evades it. That's not the first time that's happened to us, especially out there in open field. We got to get our heads up, tackle with our face mask. And I know he's a big running back,
He's
right?
a big guy.
We're giving up size if he gets to that level.
Yeah.
But, man, we're just going to have to take that thing on.
If you can just wrap him up, even if you're an undersized defensive back, if you can hold him just a little longer and wait for some defenders to come in and help you, stop those big runs, because that was a huge 18-yard run to get them back into territory.
It's 1st and 24, 1st and 22, something like that, and then we give up an 18-yard gain. So we got to do a better job on that aspect. Get your head up and go in there and wrap him up. I know where you want to get the knife out, right, and go low on that guy.
Sure.
Get that head up. Let's make a tackle.
So they're coming in off their timeout. Bob Jones, 52 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Gosh, I can't believe it's just first quarter.
Oh, man, that's a lot going on.
I'm worn out.
14-7 your score. Jets on top, but Bob Jones knocking at the door. 2nd and 2 from the 13 of James Clemens. Now you've got the other running back, number 24. That's Jaden Rice. They're going to hand it to him, and he's going to go up the middle. Picks up the first down.
Yeah.
He's going to be brought down at about the 8 is where they're going to save. So he got 4 yards on that carry. So it'll be 1st and goal for Bob Jones.
And that's what they wanted, just get a new set of downs, right? And they're inside the 10. They're going to get 4 downs to work with here to try and get this thing in the end zone.
So here we go. Bob Jones, 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. As you got Monroe, he's going to be the up back. They're going to bring back in, looks like Rice in the backfield. Yep. And then you've got Jackson. 2 splits to the far side, 1 to the near. Dorsey is closest to us. Look for a little bit of misdirection. No, they're going to hand it off to Rice up the middle, and he's going to put his head down, get past the 5, down to about the 4-yard line. No, they're going to mark him at the 5.
Yeah.
So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line.
I believe that'll be the last play of the first quarter.
I think you're right, as it's down to 5 seconds.
What a quarter.
Well, we're all going to take a break here and take a deep breath.
I need it.
And then I hope you do the same. Go get your popcorn, people, because the first half is still underway. 14-7 your score. James Clemens on top. We'll be back with second quarter action. You're listening to Jets football on PAS+.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner will receive a gift card from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and a t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to James Clemens football on PAS+. We get ready for second quarter action. 14-7 your score. James Clemens on top. Bob Jones has it 2nd and goal from the James Clemens 5-yard line. And Brad, they just recognized Sergeant Major.
Nobody better.
I tell you, he was our Red Hawk
top flight award
winner.
That's right.
2 weeks ago, or not this past Tuesday.
Yeah.
That was Coach Burgess. But a week ago.
Dude, I got so many people came up to me or commented or posted something on social media about having him on the show, and he got a huge ovation from our audience tonight, from our crowd here tonight. And there's nobody more deserving than Sergeant Major McRae. Just a wonderful
guy.
Human being.
Wonderful guy. Appreciate all of our veterans, and it was a pleasure and an honor to interview him a week ago Tuesday. So 2nd and goal, Bob Jones, as James Clemens looking to try to get some shift going.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what our guys wanting to do.
I think they're wanting to shift in a little bit more.
Well, I think they're making I honestly think they're making a change to our call. Like they want the defensive front to go a different way and the linebackers fill over the top. Let's see what happens.
So it's a full backfield for Bob Jones. But they've got Monroe in the backfield with Jackson. Going to hand it to Monroe. Monroe puts his head down, fights forward down to about the 2-yard line. So 3rd and goal from the 2. And so Bob Jones says, all right, y'all's running backs can do this. Watch what ours can do. So Monroe fights his way forward to the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal here for Bob Jones.
Yeah, just both teams battering it on the ground.
So hand it off to Monroe again. He's going to try. He's going to be brought down to the back
right there.
Rashad Freeman met him in the backfield, brings him down for a loss on the play. So 4th and goal from the 4-yard line, 2-yard loss there. Monroe kind of gets up a little gimpy.
He did, and Rashad Freeman is a little undersized against him, but he did not despair and didn't hold back, man.
He hit him hard.
He brought the hammer on that one.
So now you got 2 splits to the far side, 1 to the near. 4th and goal. Monroe in the backfield with Jackson. Everybody else, our defense, showing a 3-3.
Yeah, I think they tried to freeze us, and we didn't fall for it. Now they're going to take a timeout.
Take a timeout right there. Huge there on 4th down. We're going to take a break because we need it. Well, actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's stay with it. I got to do some score updates because I'm going to need to take a break from this one. 14-7 your score here at the Madison Bowl.
Stand up like I did,
man. I got to stretch. So we're going to take a look at our North Alabama Gas District scoreboard, serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Always call 811 before you dig. So right here, looking at the scoreboard, Lauderdale County 19, Elkmont 1-0 in the first quarter. Winston County 20, Tanner 0. That's still in the first. West Limestone against West Morgan, 7 West Limestone. West Morgan with nothing on the board. Athens up 9-0 over Coleman in the first quarter. And Ardmore with 7 and Priceville nothing in the first quarter. That is your North Alabama Gas District scoreboard, serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Always call 811 before you dig. Now, one of the teams that Bob Jones did face was Coleman, and that's who Athens is playing. And we did hear from Cody Gross. Coach Gross did tell us, hey, look, this is something we knew. Coach McGee already knew. Bob Jones is fast. They've proven it.
Oh, yeah.
And but I think with what we've been able to do, too, it's a pretty evenly matched game so far.
Right now, Bob Jones is big. They've got us on the side.
They're just going to go for the field goal.
Yeah, they're holding them to a field goal is huge right here.
So a 22-yard field goal attempt.
See if we can block it.
Where they've got him marked, it looks like the 12.
We're bouncing around. We're giving them different looks.
So here's the snap, kick up.
Wow.
And boy, I tell you what, he almost did not. That was a line drive, but it does squeak through. So Bob Jones cuts the lead to 4. As James Clemens still maintains the lead 14-10. Now your score with 10:58.
That's a win for us.
I agree.
I mean, you've got first down inside the 10, and we end up holding. That's huge, because think about how demoralizing that is. You got the bigger offensive front. You've got the bigger running back. You've got the speed out there. You've got first down inside the 10, and you can't punch that ball in. That is demoralizing.
So I'm just going to be honest with you, and Coach Kelvin White's probably forgotten more football than I know. But I think right here you've got it fourth down. You're down a touchdown. I understand you're playing some games and everything. You're trying to play the analytics, if you want to say that.
Sure.
But if you don't make that, you've got James Clemens 96 yards to go.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's too early in the game right there to just go for the points, but that's just me. I think the way this game could go, I don't know.
I'm just saying.
We'll wait and see.
I'm just saying it's big from a mentality standpoint when you're the bigger team and you've been punching it, and then can't do it.
So they kick it away from Doty again, going to be fielded by number 9. That's Wyatt Willis. No, Miles Major. He's going to find himself a crease, cuts it to the inside.
Oh, my goodness! Oh, my goodness!
45, 40, only the kicker to beat, and the kicker finally brings him down at the 30-yard line. The kicker, I think, I'm just going to be honest with you.
The kicker had 3 shots at him in the same tackle.
So Major, I think, kind of ran out of gas there, but finally gets brought down at the Bob Jones 30-yard line as they were kicking away from Doty, and you could see it as he comes to the sidelines, and he's pumped, but he's also a little bit discouraged with himself.
He is, but I mean, that's a great kick return and sets us up with an opportunity to get another score in right here.
So 1st and 10, James Clemens, after that big return there by Miles Major, down to the 30-yard line. He fielded it about the 20, his own 20. So good return there as the special teams is big here for James Clemens. All right, Jacoby Gill, pistol formation, puts Doty in motion. He's got Berry behind him. Lively and Little split to the near side. Looking to throw. Pump fakes. Going deep.
He's going deep.
Towards Little. No, he catches it. Lively does. Touchdown, James Clemens. As Lively.
Pour it on, baby.
Alex Lively with the 30-yard touchdown reception.
One play.
Pump fake to isolate and freeze the free safety.
He did.
And then Lively just had it all the way wide open.
We picked on Gill and we criticized him a little bit, or not criticized him, but critiqued him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That time he stands tall in the pocket. You're exactly right. Holds that ball up, gets the safety to stay in the middle of the field, keeps his eyes in the middle of the field, and then late turns to Lively and throws a great ball down there about the 5-yard line, and Lively actually stumbles into the end zone.
He did. I mean, Ortiz kicks up good. We're up 21-10 with 10:34 remaining in the first half. Again, we got to take a deep breath and a break. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. 21-10 your score as James Clemens with another touchdown, 30-yard touchdown reception by Alex Lively from Jacoby Gill. And that is the arm we've been talking about since spring with Jacoby Gill. We did ask Coach McGee the other night if we were going to see him turn him loose. His response was, I can't tell you about this week, but we kind of could tell that there were going to be some things that Bob Jones had not seen as Ortiz kicks it into the end zone.
What, we got a bunch of wind going the other way or something?
I tell you what.
Oh, my gosh.
So Ortiz does his job, kicks it in the end zone, and keeps it out of the hands.
Are we just playing mind games?
I think so.
I don't know what we're doing. Speaking of mind games, what a great play call by Coach Truitt. We just talked about how demoralizing it was to get the stop down there and be held to a field goal. And then you turn around after the big kick return and first play, you got something dialed up. You score a touchdown off of it. That's good play calling because you already got them down for being stopped. Let's pour it on a little bit more.
And so with that play, they were looking, and they had Little covered completely, and Doty covered completely. But that,
as you
that
should,
little, and that little pump fake that Jacoby Gill did brought that cornerback up, and Lively was just able to kind of keep going.
Great route.
And then just ran that route on into the end zone. Jackson's looking to throw over into the flat, caught by number 1, Malachi Foster, makes a man miss, picks up a first down, and then some as he gets all the way out to about their own 39-yard line. So a 19-yard reception there by Malachi Foster.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you expect Bob Jones is going to open up their offense.
They're going to have to,
too, right? They don't want this thing to get out of hand. They don't want to lose their kids too quickly. They're going to try and open things up and stay in the ball game.
So 2 splits to the near side, 1 to the far. You got Monroe in the backfield with Jackson. Going to hand it off to Monroe. He's coming our way. Nice blocking there on the front, and he still finally gets tripped up.
Great
number 15, Miles Taylor. But I tell you what, he had to go low because Monroe was moving. Monroe was moving. That dude.
The dude abides.
The dude abides.
The dude abides.
Yes, it is. The dude abides. And I'll just keep going from there. All right, trips to the far side. Jackson looking to throw. Throws it across the middle to Reese Rice. And he makes a man miss and still on his feet. 1 man to beat, running down the sidelines. Finally brought down from behind at the 12-yard line. No, they're going to say he got all the way down to the 5 because I thought he went down or stepped out of bounds. But I tell you, 41, James Collins was able to kind of bring him down, but that was a huge play there by Bob Jones.
Yeah, just too many missed tackles by the Jets on that one, honestly. And great effort to stay with it and get a tackle just to force them to snap it again.
So Monroe in the backfield with Jackson. Now they're bringing the man out off the sidelines.
No. Where's the flag?
They did. They threw a flag because the guy was coming in on the sidelines. They only had 10.
You can get tricky, but you can't run a man in from the sideline to be the outside receiver as you're snapping the ball. We do have rules to this game.
There are some rules. It's not Canada, people.
No, we got to respect the sanctity of this.
This is a U.S. football game. Illegal substitution against Bob Jones, going to move them back. So again, takes it from 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. See, they had him initially marked at about the 6, but I told you I thought they got him down earlier than that.
He may have stepped out.
I thought it looked like he might have stepped out.
You're right.
So they moved it all the way back out to the 10. So now it's going to be further.
Once again,
it's going to move that back.
We can't argue with your Hawkeyes.
Well, I have glasses for a reason, though.
You got the lights on in here.
I do, man. So moving that back 5 yards. So 1st and goal from the 15. That's tough.
Oh, yeah, it's tough, especially, like we said, when you didn't punch it in last time from inside the 10.
So let's see what they do. They got 2 splits to the near, 2 to the far. Monroe in the backfield with Jackson. Looking to throw.
Got some pressure.
Got some pressure. Off his back foot.
Nice.
Overthrows his intended receiver, number 5, Colton Wood.
No, boys. Don't do this.
Yeah, there was a little bit of extracurricular activity over there, but the officials are going to let that one go.
You know, what we had right there is a great pass rush off the defensive end on this side. And the tackle did a great job of taking him away from the quarterback. But as he's rounding his pass rush, those 2 guys just stayed locked up for a long time after the play.
A long time.
Mm-hmm.
A long time. So 2nd and goal from the 15. Bob Jones with the ball. 2 splits to either side. Monroe in the backfield again with Jackson. Looking to throw. Got to get rid of. He's got to rush. Now he's brought down at the line of scrimmage. Sacked by number 15, Miles Taylor.
Miles Taylor's been getting after it.
He really has.
I'm not so sure he's not the one who had the extracurricular on the last play.
So Miles Taylor in there with a sack. 3rd and goal, loss of about a yard. They're going to say at about the 15 and a half maybe.
You got better eyes than me. 15 and a half sounds good to me, Kurt.
I like it. So 3rd and goal for Bob Jones. Trips to the near side, one to the split. Monroe to the left of Jackson.
Man.
Now we got a whistle blowing.
Man, I'm up here turning circles like cows in the pasture when the storm's coming.
So we got a little bit of a sideline warning to both sides, I guess. Now we're going to do a substitution.
Yeah. Is that Miles?
Looks like it. I think that's number 15. It is. Or is it 16?
16.
Oh, that's Rashad Freeman that made that tackle. All right, I apologize. Rashad Freeman with the sack. Now he's coming out. So now 3rd and goal from the 16. Looking to throw. He's got a man open in the end zone.
He's got a lot of room to run the football.
He's going to have to run. Everybody's going to have to collapse. He slips.
He
falls
down
at the 11-yard line. So nobody around him. So fortunately, that blade of grass that hadn't been cut on this artificial turf tripped him up.
He got the sniper kind of got him.
He did. So 4th and goal from the 11, and now the field goal unit comes out again to attempt a field goal. Looks like they're going to do, it's going to be about a 28-yard field goal attempt here.
Your math is also better than mine.
Don't you teach math?
No.
That's a joke.
No.
That's a joke. 28-yard field goal attempt by Bob Jones. Waiting on the snap. Snap is in. Kick is up. It is blocked!
It's blocked!
It's blocked! Yeah! James Clemens gets in there. Hands on the ball.
I think it was Dowdell.
Was it Dowdell?
I think so.
Looks like it. Number 6, Dowdell got the fingers on the ball. And again, another demoralizing drive there for Bob Jones. Gets into James Clemens territory with an opportunity 1st and goal and is unable to get points this time.
Well, I mean, credit our defense for playing above their heads 2 times in a row. Bob Jones is in great condition with a wonderful opportunity to get some points on the board. And once we turn them away with a field goal, this time a field goal block. I mean, I thought we were going to block the last one.
I did too,
So we obviously made an adjustment right there, and Bryce is able to get in and get a hand on that thing. Great job, and now we take it from the 20.
So that's what they do in high school. You don't mark it where the down was, where the ball was marked for the offense. They move it out to the 20 on a missed field goal attempt. So 1st and 10, James Clemens. When I get 1st and 10, as you've got Barry in the backfield, and he's going to get the handoff. He's got a hole, cuts it into the inside.
He got
finally stood up as he just kind of, started tiptoeing there a little bit.
That's exactly right. That's exactly the words I was going to use. We haven't seen him tiptoe tonight. He saw an opportunity to cut back and just kind of check down and tiptoed a little bit, and that tiptoe is what caused the tackle.
He still picks up 3 yards on the play. So 2nd and 7 for James Clemens. They need to get to the 30 for a first down. 7:14 remaining in the first half. 21-10 your score. James Clemens with an opportunity to really, really put the hammer down before halftime. High snap. Gill throws it over into the flat. Little makes the catch.
He breaks away.
So he's off to the races. Past the 50.
He's going to win.
30. He's got one man to beat. Finally knocked out of bounds at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, James Clemens.
What a great play. They throw it a short ball out in the flats. He's got a defender on his back. He turns to the inside and then turns up the sideline and beats most of the pursuit. One guy had the angle to beat him.
That's it, the free
and he
safety.
took the perfect angle.
I tell you, and that's the thing. I'm watching Bob Jones. They're playing man-to-man coverage.
At times,
and when you're playing that man-to-man like that and you're able to make that man miss, that's a lot of real estate for you to make up that ground to make that tackle.
Yeah, great job by Little that time.
So all the way down to the 7-yard line. So 1st and goal, James Clemens with an opportunity to really do some damage here before halftime. 6:53 remaining. You got MJ Gideon in the backfield along with Gill and Barry. Penalty flag on the play as the linemen shift and got Bob Jones to jump. Whew.
I still can't breathe. I can't sit down. I can't breathe. My heart's racing. I'm going to need some more Alpha Brain second half.
That's not one of our sponsors.
Sorry. I'm going to need some more of my supplement that I take for cognitive awareness.
I tell you, if Joe Rogan, he would probably send you a box just knowing that you're doing this.
Well, somebody tell him.
Do you tell him?
Somebody tell him. I'm terrible at sending that stuff out. Coach Johnson, whatever you're doing, tweet Joe Rogan for me or X him.
Let him know.
Let him know.
So that's going to be half the distance to the goal.
We'll take it.
So it's going to be first and goal. James Clemens from the 4.
I love the way our crowd is into it, man, which they are every week, but it's more noticeable when it is packed. Everybody in here is packed in, shoulder to shoulder, and nobody cares. They are enjoying this experience, and they're enjoying winning right now.
So Gideon is the lone backfield, is going to take the snap, going to toss it out to the outside. Gideon, does he make his way into the corner? We're showing arms. Touchdown! James Clemens! 4-yard touchdown run. MJ Gideon with 6:45 remaining in this opening half.
Pour it on, baby. Pour it on.
MJ Gideon with his second touchdown run. Penalty flag on the play. That's going to be some unsportsmanlike conduct there. Probably by us as we celebrated just a little too much.
Okay, this is all right, y'all. All right, if you've ever listened to a previous broadcast, you know I'm not a big fan of officials, and it's a rivalry game.
I'm with you.
It's a rivalry game. We're going to celebrate as long as you don't make it personal, and as long as you don't do anything, vulgar or you're crazy. I mean, these are kids.
I'm with you.
They put in a lot of work.
So. Unsportsmanlike conduct. It's going to be against us. Thought he was going to say offsetting penalties. But
that's okay. We're just going to try out Ortiz's leg here.
So Ortiz going to line up for the extra point, which, if successful, would be an 18-point lead. Right now we're sitting at 17.
When successful.
Well, I like your attitude. I like where your head's at there, Kim Brew.
In your seat, you need to say that. I can be optimistic and biased.
I'm optimistic.
You are.
I'm just calling it like I see it at the moment.
Okay, good call.
So Ortiz lines up for the extra point.
That's why you're the man in charge.
It's going to be a 20-yard extra point attempt by Ortiz. We know he's got the leg. And now everybody's still talking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I tell you, we appreciate everybody that's sending us all these texts. All of our listeners out there. It keeps us when we take our break and we get to laugh. It's funny.
I love it.
I love it.
And Coach Johnson, that's actually what we have looked like up here in the booth every time a big play happens.
Kick up. Oh! And he hits the upright. See, Brad, I'm sorry. So it does. 6:45 remaining in the opening half. Your score remains 27-10. That's all right. Ortiz hits the far upright. Let's take a quick break. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
Local sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. 6:45 remaining in the opening half. James Clemens with a 17-point lead right now, 27-10. Your score over the visiting Bob Jones Patriots in the Madison Bowl. It's kind of like the Daytona 500. Because that's the Super Bowl of NASCAR.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the way it is. We do the early game. We get the rivalry really out of the way
early in the game, early in the year, and yeah. As far as we're full speed. I mean that's similar to Daytona.
One of the ladies I work with, she has a daughter that plays in the band for the other school, and I saw her before, and she asked me if I was excited. I told her, I love this game, but this particular game wears me out.
Oh, I told you earlier, I was exhausted before the first quarter was over. I mean, it's crazy.
And I get that way. It was like that last year and the year before, and it's every year that I've done this. This is the game that...
You think we'd learn?
But we don't. We don't.
Man.
That's all right. So because of the unsportsmanlike penalty, we're going to have to kick off from the 25-yard line. So we kick an onside kick. The ball's still on the ground. Finally recovered by Bob Jones. And they're going to have good field position, though. Good idea.
Yeah.
It's going to be 1st and 10 from the James Clemens 46.
Yeah, I like the idea, even though you're backed up right there. And, we had an opportunity at it. that's a tough break either way.
So good try there. Wasn't able to get that. But now this gives Bob Jones really good field position. So, let's see if the defense, they have done a spectacular job tonight of making plays and not bending a little bit but not breaking, especially when they get their backs towards the end zone and being able to keep Bob Jones out of the south end zone. So here we go. 1st and 10. Bob Jones from the James Clemens 46-yard line. Jackson in the backfield, 2 splits to the far side. Monroe goes in motion. Going to hand it off to the number 2, Caleb Sanders. Nice cutback block. Should be a penalty flag, and it was. It was a penalty flag on that because that was a blindside block that you cannot do. And Gage Olander was the recipient of that, and he gets up, shaking up just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, he's going to feel that.
So.
Yeah, you can't help but feel that. And, look, they've dumbed down football in a lot of ways. We used to look for those opportunities, but there are some things that are good about the rule changes, and that's one of them.
Especially these kids, they're bigger, they're stronger now. You and I, we played, I don't know if you knew this, but we played a little ball.
We did.
but we're in the people that the machine that they're putting out now with these football players.
Well, it's different when you work out year round. Right. When you're doing speed conditioning drills year round. I mean, it's we all of us played whatever sport was next. Right. And so you get a little break and you break. Man, these guys can fly. These guys can bring the pain and you cut back on somebody like that. And we know too much about concussions now.
Yeah.
Right. So we're trying to take.
So that's a spot foul on that personal foul, that cutback block. And now James Clemens is going to call a timeout with 6:37 remaining in the opening half. And we're going to look at our North Alabama Gas District scoreboard again for some updates. Let's take a look at that. Lauderdale County 31, Elkmont nothing in the second quarter. Winston County 36, Tanner nothing. That's also in the second quarter. West Morgan 10, West Limestone 7. Last time we checked on that, it was 7-0 West Limestone. But now West Morgan able to score 10 points in the second quarter. And now you got Clements and Colbert Heights. Clements on top 8-0, and that's in the second quarter. That is your North Alabama Gas District scoreboard. Serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Always call 811 before you dig. Now listen, you can also download a copy of this game or listen to it on demand by going to pasplus.net. There's a streaming schedule of our upcoming games and links to our mobile apps too. So coming out of the timeout, Coach McGee decided he wanted to call a timeout because it is first and about, I can't do it as quickly as I usually can. So that's 1st and 25 for Bob Jones as that cutback block penalty, personal foul, moved them all the way back to their own 39-yard line. They did have it 1st and 10 from the James Clemens 46. Now they're in their territory at the 39. So here we go. Long way to go for Bob Jones. Looking to pass. Jackson throws it deep. He's got his man. Overthrows his man.
Just barely.
Receiver, Malachi Foster. And I tell you, he had his man beat.
You can hear the coaches next door banging on the table. Yeah. They knew they had a big play opportunity, and they're still banging on it. They may punch through this wall. They had a big play opportunity right there, and that ball was just maybe 6 inches out of his reach. We talked about the speed of these receivers earlier. They've got to try and use them to stretch the field.
So far, 2nd and 26 right here for Bob Jones with 6:31, 27-10 your score. James Clemens on top.
Stacked
down here closest to us, and then 2 on the other side. They're going to hand it off, fake the handoff, read option. There was a hold right there in the middle. Nobody threw a flag there, but he was able to pick up close to 10. Now there is a penalty flag. So should be a hold right there on the left or the right guard.
I'll tell you what, Jackson did a really good job that time of riding that option out because we're getting a lot of pressure and penetration in the backfield. And that time he rode that thing out in the running back's belly long enough to draw that penetration or that defender up.
So he's reading the defensive end.
Oh, no question, yes.
And so once that defensive end committed to Monroe, that's where he did the right thing and pulled back. Smart play, just the hold right there on the right guard.
Well, you see quarterbacks get happy sometimes, and they make a quick read, or they don't want to stay in there a long time. He really rode that thing out.
So that's going to move them all the way back again to their 26-yard line. To their 29-yard line. So 2nd and 35.
Guys, if you're in attendance, then you've seen the Jumbotron and the videos during the break. If you're not in attendance, shame on you, but thanks for listening.
Yep. It's spectacular.
A lot of pressure.
Drop pass. He's going to be hit. He's finally still on his feet. Now we got a face mask.
I don't know if
that's going to be a face mask or a horse collar one. That one's going to go against James Clemens, the way that they had him.
Well, we come in from the backside, had an opportunity for a big-time sack. and
went too high.
Went too high. We kind of slide over his shoulder pads, but the same tackler wraps him back up. And then we had a gang of tacklers come in on the quarterback.
So we'll see what the penalty flag is. But if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be on – no, they're going to say holding on Bob Jones.
I was wondering about a holding because you had two guys getting held up there on the far side.
And a face mask. So those are offsetting penalties.
Perfect.
So I did see the face mask.
Hawkeye Kirk Pierce over here.
Personal foul, face mask. So offset. So we're going to do it again. Second down. Moving it up to the 29. So, yeah, you're right. And here's the thing. The right tackle, normally that's where in the NFL, the left tackles are making their money.
Oh, 100%.
But for here, the quarterback, Jackson, is a lefty. Mm-hmm. So this is the right tackle. That's the guy who's supposed to be protecting his backside, and he did not do his job there. Dropping back to pass, looking for a man across the middle. And he's going to catch the ball down to about the 42-yard line, still way short of the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd and long again for Bob Jones.
Yeah, we were obviously in a little bit softer coverage that time, and we gave up the middle of the field. Not completely, right? He catches it and goes down.
So the officials are calling a timeout, so it'll be an official timeout. And I tell you, there's a lot of game stoppage on here, and if I'm just going to tell you, if I'm Coach White, this is twice. They've seemed to have had a little bit of momentum, and then all of a sudden there's a timeout there, an official's timeout. But, hey, that's what happens. Stick around for the post-game show as we announce our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Night. Our featured jet will get a gift card from Mellow Mushroom.
The wingman up there on the Jumbotron.
There's the wingman.
I know those guys. Look at that stud right there in the middle.
Oh, we're missing him. We're missing Lone Star. Johnny Johnson, we miss you, man. Again, congratulations to JT getting out there and getting his first college at bat today and all of that. And just looking forward to having you guys back next week. Yeah, we do have a winner right there. Burgess with our winner.
Brett Burgess. Hey, he did tell me when
no, that's Lucy. Lucy Burgess won.
Lucy Burgess.
Lucy Burgess is our in-flight movie quote winner. We did say
she's married to the defender of our republic.
I tell you, man, he brought it the other night. But Lucy, you are our winner of our Honest Coffee Roasters gift card for our in-flight movie quote. You did pick up the in-flight movie quote, which was "The Dude Abides."
The dude.
The Big Lebowski.
The dude always abides.
He does. So thank you for listening and being a part. You can just get with us. We can get with us and get that gift card. My producer's over here talking to me in my ear. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'll do it right now. It's timeout with Tzatziki's.
A lot of things slipped in that first quarter.
I'll be honest with you. I did miss that one. Timeout with Tzatziki's. We thank them. All of our timeouts, or our first timeout is brought to you by Timeout.
We'll give you all the timeouts tonight.
Mediterranean Cafe. All of our timeouts tonight brought to you by Tzatziki's. And they provide us with our pregame meal. Go visit them on Highway 72 in Madison. All right, back to the action on the field. 3rd and long. Jackson looking to throw. Throws it up. Oh, got his man.
Nope.
Misses. Intended receiver Caleb Sanders covered closely by DJ Davis.
And, our coverage is not in the hip pocket of these receivers, which is going to be hard to do with their speed. I mean, they can break routes at any time, and there's no way you're going to stay with those guys. But we've done a good job of kind of bracketing them. That's a really tough word to say.
It is.
So we've created bracket coverage. That's
words
easier,
are hard.
Right? No, especially for somebody like me who can't teach math or English.
But you're 100% right. And
thank you, Kirk.
If the pass drops into the receiver, then your goal hopefully is to try to either knock it down or make that tackle.
Make a tackle and force them to snap it again. And look, let's be honest. Going into we got another timeout. Thank you, Tzatziki's.
Tzatziki's bringing us another timeout with 5:51 remaining.
You know what else they brought us tonight?
They did.
Pre-game meals.
They did.
It was amazing. I wasn't even hungry, and I ate it.
Of course. It was the beef sandwich.
Oh, my gosh, dude. Those potatoes. Thank you, Tzatziki's, for everything you do for us, because
in our timeout with Taziki's winner. I also neglected to tell you that. Gets a gift card from Taziki's. Josh Gorman.
Hey, Josh.
Josh, congratulations. You are a timeout with Taziki's winner.
You're going to love that.
And so make sure you go over there. And again, all the food that we get from Taziki's is good, but if I had my choice.
All right, what are you picking?
I'm going with the beef.
Oh,
not the beef sandwich, those little
the Mediterranean beef.
Yes, the way
sir.
they cut that, man, it is
dude,
so good.
So tender.
It is.
Flavorful.
So, Josh, take our recommendation.
Cooked to perfection.
And go to Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe on Highway 72 in Madison and tell them you want that Mediterranean beef. You will not be disappointed. You can get with us, get with Tim Lambert. Just shoot a text to our text line and let him know, and we'll get that to you. All right, here we go.
4th down.
4th and 25 to go. And Ty Doty, I don't know where I was going with that. It's a wobbly kick, and it hits our defender.
Oh, my gosh.
It hits our guy, but I tell you, and it's not his fault. It hit number 20, Pritchett, and he just had his back to it, and nobody was really calling him off.
Yeah, that ball it didn't bounce. It came down and hit him right in the thigh or right in the hip.
It died, basically,
yeah.
And we were able to recover it. So it'll be 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 39 with 5:43 remaining in this opening half. 27-10 your score. And, all these things happening so fast.
Oh, my gosh, so fast. And, I mean, this is my 4th Madison Bowl, and every one of them seems to be, highly intense, highly amplified. The energy we talked about is amazing. Here we go.
I formation, Gill under center, Doty split to the near side, Little to the other side.
We're signaling something funny in.
So you got Gideon as the tailback, Barry fullback. Puts Doty in motion. Long snap. Going to do an undercut handoff to Doty.
Yeah.
He picks up 4 yards. That's what we were trying to do, is a little delayed trap there. And
it worked.
It worked. He picked up 4. Almost 5 yards on the play, 2nd down, and about 6 for James Clemens.
And once again, we brag on Coach Truitt and his offensive, prowess all the time and the creative things that he comes up with. How about this game plan so far has got Ty Doty running the ball out of various formations. That's a great way to get the ball in the hands of number 11.
So here we go. Little closest to us. Now you've almost got trips as Gideon and Barry go back to the backfield.
Oh, now they're going to be split either side.
Splits to either side. That's right. So Gideon's going to take the ball, makes his cut up the middle. Penalty flag on the play. Gideon breaks loose, finally brought down short. Is still on his feet, pushes his way forward, short of the 20-yard line of Bob Jones, but there's going to be a penalty flag on the play.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what that was going to be. I mean, everybody was set.
Could be a false start.
I didn't see it.
It would be little if it was a false start.
I thought everybody was set.
Yep,
after the motion. Sure is.
So a false start right here to bring back that long run by MJ Gideon. But to tell you, that was every bit of 40 yards on that run to get us deep into Bob Jones territory, but to no avail as it comes back. So to be 2nd down, going to replay that down, probably about 16. Yeah.
Fans are unhappy there.
They don't like it, but it is what it is.
Hey,
it was the near side official that called it, and he was right next to Little.
Give the ball to those guys again. I mean, they're putting together some punishing runs for this Bob Jones defense.
So 2nd and 12 as the ball is marked at the 38. Man in motion. I formation. Gideon, tailback. Little close to us. Gives the handoff to Gideon. Gideon makes a man miss. Gets to the line of scrimmage. Still short of the original line of scrimmage by about a yard. Picks up 2, so it'll be 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, I haven't seen us try to do that before. It's really kind of a counter GT look, right?
Yeah.
And it just took really too long to develop.
So Gideon comes out. As you see Lively go in, Alex Lively. So you're going to have Lively split with us, closest to us, along with Little. Doty is going to split to the far side. Pistol formation with Gill. Behind him, Barry. 3rd and 11. Clock ticking, almost at 4 remaining in the first half. Now Doty, closest to us. Trips, looking to pass. Gill. Throwing long for Doty. Throws it in and out of the hands of A.J. Little.
Yeah.
As it goes through the defender's hands, too.
Went through the defender's hands. I think everybody here thought he was trying to get that ball to Doty.
I did, too.
Right? Yeah. Everybody, all of us thought that. And then as you watch the trajectory of the throw, I'm struggling on every word.
It's all right.
It goes through the defender's hands, and then A.J. Little had a chance at it afterwards. Tough break right there for us.
Well, that brings up first down. It'll be our first punt of the night. Comes at 3:52 remaining in the first half with a 17-point lead, 27-10, Jets on top of the Patriots. Ortiz handles all the kicking duties for James Clemens and does a fantastic job as a third-year starter. Snap. Comes back there from Coleman. Kick up. Nice
punt.
Good hang time there. Hits at about the 20-yard line of Bob Jones, and that is exactly where they're going to mark it.
Yep.
So 1st and 10.
That's a big-time punt,
huge.
Man. He boomed that thing.
Beautiful. Nice, tight spiral. Plenty of hang time to get us down there and cover that.
It was pretty.
So listen for the James Clemens Coaches Show every Wednesday morning at 11:05 on 1080 AM WKAC, our sister station. We'll talk to Coach Chad McGee and get the inside scoop on the Jets. If you miss it, go to the WKAC sports page at WKAC1080.com and click on the James Clemens link to find the archives. All right, 3:44 remaining in the opening half. Madison Bowl, James Clemens 27, Bob Jones 10. Bob Jones 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Man, if we could force another stop, maybe even get a turnover right here, that would be huge before the half.
So they're going to hand it off to Monroe. Monroe looking for a crease. He's going to be met in the backfield by number 31, Jaden Young. Jaden Young brings him down for a loss of a yard on the play.
You know, this is, we hear the coaches next door, right? We hear them, they're banging on everything. And the reason is, we talked about it in pregame, Bob Jones just put up 111 points in 2 games, 48-12 against Coleman, and then 63-7 against Lee Huntsville. They've not been in a situation where they can't get yards, they can't get points. And if James Clemens' defense stays this tight, it's going to be a long night for the Patriots.
Completely agree. 2nd and 12. They say he lost 2 on the play. So Monroe in the backfield again. Going to hand it off to Monroe. He's trying to find it to the outside. He does. No, and he is brought down from behind.
What
Let me get
play.
A number there. I want to say that's
Hayes.
35.
Yeah.
No, that's number 35. Travis Ezel from the defensive line.
Good play because they had all the blockers they needed, and they were body on a body, helmet on a helmet. And they had us beat. So big-time play by Tank Ezel of evading that blocker, and shedding that blocker, and making a tackle.
And he drug him down from behind.
Yeah.
So now 3rd and 9 for the Patriots as they've got 2 splits to the far, 1 to the near. Looking to pass. Jackson getting some pressure. Finally throws. Man open down there in the flat. He slips. He falls. First down, Bob Jones from their own 38-yard line.
Man, Coach McGee cannot be happy with that. I mean, you got 3rd and 9, and we have some type of busted coverage on the backside right there. There's no reason a guy should be able to leak out into the flats and be that wide open.
Well, everybody was shifting towards us on the west side of the stadium, but that receiver was over there in the flat on the far side all by himself and could have picked up another 10 yards if he didn't slip. So now you got trips to the far side, 1 to the near. Going to have fake the handoff, read option. Jackson's going to keep it himself. Finally pushed out of bounds after about a yard on the play. So 2nd down and 9 as he's pushed out of bounds by number 34, Hayes Harrison.
You know, not picking on a kid, but just watching Jackson right now, his body language says that he's very frustrated.
Oh, you can tell.
He's extremely frustrated. I don't think he's had this type of pressure in his face when he's trying to throw. I don't think he's had this much trouble running the football when it's in his hands. And he's pretty frustrated right now. He's probably not the only one.
No, I would agree.
I can just see it off him more.
I would say Kelvis White is frustrated, and you can hear the banging in the room next door. There's some other frustrated people. Man in motion's Monroe. Going to be a pass out to, looks like that is, number 11, the receiver Dorsey, with another reception tonight as he picks up the first down.
You know, they're having some success with some plays too, and they're doing a good job of getting bodies on bodies, right?
Yeah.
Making the blocks and getting out in front of those guys, making it tough on us.
So our defense has done a great job, but you can also tell a little bit slower in the step.
Yes.
A minute 27 remaining in the first half.
Come on, boys.
Halftime can't come quick enough for these guys.
Suck it up right here. Hold tight.
So we get the ball to start the second half here in a little bit. Shotgun. Pass. Pressure in his face. Throws it. Pass interference. No. He slipped and fell. So the pass intended for the receiver, number 12. And I tell you.
We got lucky because both bodies turned, right? Both guys kind of turned, looked like they were playing the ball, and we probably lucked out there. But, again, big-time pressure in Jackson's face. He's got to let that thing go, and it's not on the mark because he's got pressure coming at him.
So Rose, the defender, Mason Rose back there to get that ball out of the way of number 12, the intended receiver for Bob Jones. So it brings up 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. You've got Monroe in the backfield, Jackson, 2 splits to the near, 2 to the far. 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line, and Bob Jones throws it into the flat, caught by number 12. He picks up about 7 yards on the play, so on to the side of the good guys, so to be brought down at the 44-yard line of James Clemens.
Another big third down right here.
So we're at 1:15 as the clock stops because the receiver went out of bounds. 3rd and about 3 to go for the first down.
Well,
going to hand it to Monroe up the middle. He's a big load, and he busts through that load, that defensive line into the secondary, gets it all the way down to the 21-yard line of James Clemens, finally brought down by the free safety back there for James Clemens.
You know, you mentioned it a while ago, and we starting to look a little bit gassed. You know, we talked about it last week on the podcast. When it's a rivalry game and when it's intense and you've got all that stuff building, your emotions can take a lot out of you. It can fatigue you pretty quickly. We've played really, really well, and for the most part, very disciplined. Now maybe we've expended a lot of energy, and we're starting to get fatigued right here.
So you can see Dowdell still down on the. He was kind of one of the ones that got in there and made the play, and he's still down. But this is an injury timeout with 1:06 left remaining in the first half. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll finish out the first half. 21-7 your score. Jets on top. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. As Jackson does a swing pass out to number 12. It's finally brought down past the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal, Bob Jones from the 7-yard line.
You know, that's been their go-to receiver this possession. I mean, finding opportunities to get him kind of in the flats or kind of just at the down marker and get the ball to him.
So the clock is ticking, under 45 seconds remaining in this opening half, as we're going to have 2 splits to the near, 1 to the far side. Monroe and Jackson in the backfield. Jackson looking to throw to the end zone. Going to keep it himself. Now he's going to be met up the middle. Still forces his way forward, short of the 5-yard line, down to the 6. 29 seconds. What'd you say?
I'm saying that's got to be the last time out right there.
Oh, it's got to be the last time out. I mean,
we're not keeping up with them on the scoreboard today. I should have marked them on my ticks.
Me too. So we're at 29 seconds remaining in this opening half as Bob Jones again is in deep in James Clemens territory. Penalty flag on the play. So that's going to go. And see, it looked like it went against Bob Jones. So that's going to move him back.
I can't tell what he signaled, but they're coming over to talk to Coach McGee.
Maybe I don't know. I couldn't pick it up. But nevertheless, it's a penalty flag against Bob Jones.
It was here that a technical glitch caused us to miss the Bob Jones touchdown just before the end of the first half. We rejoined the broadcast 19 seconds later and apologized for the trouble.
Onside kick by Bob Jones going to be fielded by number 82, Isaac Achenbach, as we get ready for the final 10 seconds of the first half of the Madison Bowl between Bob Jones and James Clemens. So, Coach Kimbrough, Bob Jones able to drive down, get a touchdown right before halftime.
That's huge for them to keep them in the game because they've been turned away 2 prior possessions, right? So, you definitely don't want to lose another one. How demoralizing would that be to come back out having to kick the ball off to James Clemens and they're carrying that big of a lead and you've been turned away? Yeah, that's huge. If you're Coach McGee, what do you do right here?
Well, I'll be honest with you. If it's me, I'm taking a knee. 10 seconds, and that looks like that's exactly what they're going to do.
It is.
So we're going to run off the final 10 seconds and go into halftime with a 10-point lead. 27-17 is your score. James Clemens on top. Hey, stick around. We got halftime coming up in just a second. We're going to interview the superintendent of Madison City Schools.
The boss man.
The boss man, Dr. Ed Nichols. Stick around. We'll take a break. When we come back, have some halftime for you. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at Tzatziki'sCafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic, Southern, character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special. And that includes local sports. Call 233-8750. Come by our office at 508 South Jefferson Street or look for the link online at athensal.us.
If you'd like to download a copy of this game or hear it again on demand, go to pasnetwork.net. You can find this game and previous games under the Archives tab. You can also subscribe to the Play Action Sports podcast and listen to it on your favorite platform like iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify, or ask Alexa or Google to open the Play Action Sports podcast, keeping you up to date on Athens and Limestone County sports. Play Action Sports.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS Plus as we're at halftime. 27-17 in the Madison Bowl. James Clemens on top, carrying a 10-point lead into the halftime as Bob Jones able to score right before the half to cut that lead down and put that touchdown on the board. Joining us in the booth right now is the superintendent of Madison City Schools, is Dr. Ed Nichols. Dr. Nichols, welcome.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here. It's an exciting night and standing room only. The stadium holds about 7,500. I'm thinking we were upwards of about 9,000 people tonight with all the extra bleachers and folks standing too deep on the side.
Oh, absolutely. And we were watching, Coach Kimbrough and I were talking right before the kickoff, and there were still cars lined up down the road trying to turn in to the parking lot, and some of them had to park on the road.
Oh, they're all over. I mean, as we sit here in the press box and look over to the east side, all back along the east side on Celtic Drive, they're all parked all the way down and all around the New Journey Middle School and probably all the way up into old Madison downtown.
Well, how exciting is it for you? I know you're in the James Clemens booth right now, so I have a little bit of bias, but for you, I mean, it's got to be exciting to see both of these fan bases turn out and have such community support for both teams, both schools in this area.
Well, Madison to me is a very special community, and you find that it is a community where, yes, we have a rivalry, but there's also a great deal of respect because of the two high schools, not only athletically, but academically, all the programs that we have for students and the success those programs have locally, statewide, nationally. Mm-hmm. And so there's a great respect, and I think that starts with our staff and our faculty, that there's a rivalry. I went to both schools today. There's red, there's blue, there's this. But the heart of it is there's this great respect. Our bands are on the field. Those folks have a respect. Our cheerleaders. You know, I always say the kids that are out here tonight, our band kids, our athletes, our cheerleaders, our dance team, these are kids who give to the schools. And I always remind people, especially adults sometimes, that we're here to honor what those kids give our community. And so tonight, we are celebrating. We're celebrating a great game. Somebody will win, somebody will lose. That's the history of the game.
That's right.
But what a great community to live in, that people turn out like this and have such great passion for their schools.
Well, and you talked about that, and then you've got a new feeder school right over here with Journey. You've got some of these great schools, and some of these. I watched a lot of these younger middle school kids playing a little football. Some of them dressed up like cheerleaders, getting ready, and where they're headed. So these are future Patriots, future Jets, and I just know walking around seeing that with these young students, getting them excited for their high school when they get ready to come up here.
Well, there's just a great connection. Our middle schools are so connected in our high schools, and I credit both schools, staffs, athletically, musically, whatever we're doing, that they support each other, that the older kids go down the middle school and support the younger kids. They're competitive too. Let me tell you, these middle school teams, I'm telling you what now, it gets a little tense. And there's still camaraderie. There's still a respect within the community. And some communities don't have that. Some communities, there's no respect. Nobody, they can't see past that. And I'm sure there are people like that, but for the most part, it's about the kids. It's always been about the kids.
It really is. And I look at the student sections on both end zones, and I saw, of course, you got the confetti down here when they scored the first touchdown.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out how to get me on that push-up board, and they scored too fast, because I'll take a safety and a field goal, but I'm not doing anything past that.
Well, let me ask you this. I know you saw Dr. Donaldson when you came in.
Yeah, he's down in the medical tent right now.
He had to be, because he had to have been too hot.
Yeah.
Because he had a nice wig on.
Yeah, he did 21 push-ups, and Dr. Greco is down there giving him a cortisone shot right now. So
we had him on a couple of weeks ago on our Wingman podcast, and we do that at Walk-Ons every Tuesday night. And I tell you, again, just from us being on James Clemens' side, the man brings a level of energy that is unmatched.
Well, he does a great job, and Dr. D has this immense love for kids.
He does,
and he shows that. But at the same time, they have a great respect for him and what he needs them to do. And I see that throughout every school. I see that at Ms. Lambert, at Bob Jones. I tell people all the time, we've got 2 of the top 4 high schools in the state in one town. You don't normally see that. And everybody works together and supports each other, and they love the kids, and there's little catchphrases like, Dr. D has his, it's the place to be, Dr. D. And then you go over the other side of town and it's game on Bob Jones or something. There's this passion about what goes on. And I credit, I wasn't here when we built James Clemens, but there were a lot of teachers that went from Bob Jones to James Clemens, and they took this fiber of the school district with them. Now, they've made their own blanket.
Yeah.
It's their own. But that feeling and what that meant, that is carried through. And the same thing with Journey. Yeah. A lot of teachers from Liberty and Discovery, but Journey's made their own fiber, but it's still got a heredity that goes back to the school district.
I agree. And then when you think about, Coach Johnny Johnson's not with us tonight. Usually he's the third man up here in the booth, but you had your 2 schools, your 2 high schools, not only competing on the football field, but keep competing in the baseball. And of course, the other team won, and congratulations to them for a state championship. But what a run from 2 Madison schools!
That game was electric. I think that was the state championship game, and they should just had it. But again, here we are in this community where we are proud of what we do athletically, swimming championships, volleyball runner-up, baseball champion, finals. Cheerleading champions. We also had the most national merit finalist of any school district in the state. We had the highest percentage of passing scores on the advanced placement test. So, people always say, well, people come to Madison for the schools. And I think folks do. I believe we are the magnet that has caused this district to grow from 5,700 in 2001 to 13,000 today. But they come because there's this fiber that says what we do, we want to be the best at. It doesn't matter if it's tiddlywinks. Yeah. If we start a tiddlywink team, we want to be the dadgum best at it. And, I credit Dr. Clark. Henry Clark was the first superintendent. He helped start this school district, and when they were in a little trailer over on Sullivan Street.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, Dr. Fowler, who came with the system from the county when it came in, and then Mr. Parker. There's been a stability here. We've had stability in our school boards. We have great school boards. They're paid nothing.
Yeah.
And they give hours of their time. Last night I recognized them at the board meeting. Those board members have over 800 hours of professional development that they have done. And they have to take off work, so I'm appreciative of the people they work for that let them do that. But it's the fiber that is here that just says if we're going to do it, we want to do it the best we can. And just like our bands, we have two phenomenal bands.
We do,
and I'm a little partial to them being an old band director. So.
Well, we just kind of heard in the background Bob Jones' band, and they got a little Beastie Boys right there.
They got a little going here now, and our bands do 2 shows each.
Yeah,
they do a competition show. But they do a football show on Friday night with music that's appealing. Most bands don't do that.
No, they don't.
And it takes a lot of extra effort on their part. Yeah. And, I just appreciate what they do as well. And it goes all the way down into the elementaries and middle schools. And we're just blessed to have – I always tell people, you want to recruit 5 stars.
Yeah.
And so we have 5-star parents and a 5-star community, and we have a 5-star students and 5-star faculty and teachers. Superintendent about 3.5, but he's working hard. He's working hard. And but we have a community.
Hard work beat out talent.
That's right. We have a community that is special.
Yeah.
And I hope that people realize that. I hope people realize this game tonight and how fun and special. Now, for administrators, it's this many people in one place, a little shaky for us. But I think all of us try to get past that and remind ourselves. It's about those kids on the field. It's about those kids having fun over there in the student section. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And the adults are here to enjoy, but it's not about us. It's about them.
Well, and I know you won't say this about yourself, but it's a testament to your leadership as well. And I think from everything that I've been told, and from the time that I've been able to spend with you and everybody in this community since we've been doing these broadcasts, just kudos to you and your leadership staff as well, and everybody it's leadership down, and people take on whatever the organization they're in and that culture, and that's a testament to you and your leadership.
I appreciate that, but we have a great team.
Yeah.
And our board, Eric Terrell, our assistant superintendent, I tell him he's the heartbeat of everything, and the fireman. All day long, he's taking care of fires, and we all have jobs to do. And I always tell him, I hope that one day when I'm gone and the next person comes, they'll say that I enjoyed kids. That's what I enjoy, and I try to be in a school every day. I try to start every morning visiting a school. I'm down there with the students, and they want to take a picture. Or one time they wanted to body surf me across the student section. I told them I didn't want to do that. The insurance might not cover it. And but that's what's exciting is the kids and being out amongst them and enjoying them and watching them do what they do. And we have a great team. I'm blessed to have a great team. And my wife's here with me. She leads my team. And, we moved here 4 years ago and built a house. And she works here in Madison, First National Bank, and over there in town, Madison. And we're just committed. I'm appreciative that she lets me just go to every school event I can. I love to go to them, and she's willing to go too. So, it's a family in Madison, and we've been blessed to be. And now we got Elvis on the field.
We do.
Right?
Elvis is out there.
Little Space Odyssey theme, and next thing they'll break into CC Rider, and we'll be ready to go.
You never know what James Clemens is going to do.
That's right.
Well, Dr. Nichols, I appreciate your time. Thanks for coming up here. It's been an honor to sit and talk to you, and best of luck in the rest of the school year.
Well, we'll see you. We're going to come to walk-ons one night. We love walk-ons. It's one of our favorite places.
Well, come on and sit down with us.
A little shaky with your crew you got there. I don't know, with Kimbrough and Johnson. Your reputation is, we're going to work on that for you. I don't know. I love those guys.
They're fantastic.
They're fantastic people, and Coach Johnson was Coach of the Year.
Yep.
I mean, he's a tremendous leader, and we're blessed across the board with these folks, and we appreciate you guys taking your time to broadcast our kids.
Well, we enjoy it.
All right.
We do. Thank you, Dr. Nichols. Dr. Nichols, Superintendent for Madison City Schools. We're going to take it to the field and listen to the James Clemens Marching Band. That was the James Clemens Marching Band with a little tribute to Elvis. We'll take a break, and then we'll come back with some halftime stats and get ready for second half action. You're listening to Jets Football on PAS+.
Here's what's on the Jets' radar. On Saturday, varsity volleyball will compete at the Tournament of Champions in Guntersville, while the JV team will travel to the other school. The cross-country teams will run in the Chickasaw Trails Invitational at Oakville Indian Mounds Park. Freshman and JV football will take on the other school on Monday at Madison City Stadium. On Tuesday, JV and varsity volleyball host Florence. Freshman volleyball will have a quad match on Wednesday at the other school. Then on Thursday, JV and varsity teams are at home against Sparkman and Coleman. We'll be back with more coverage from PAS+.
Are pests invading your home or business? Mosquitoes embedded on your property? Maybe excessive crawl space moisture has attracted unwanted visitors. Then call Red Hawk Pest Control, offering residential and commercial pest control, mosquito and brown recluse management, stinging insect control, foundation vents, and many other services to North Alabama and Southern Tennessee. Red Hawk aims to be more than just a service provider. They want to build a long-term relationship with each customer. Call Red Hawk Pest Control at 256-975-8817. Visit them on Facebook or online at redhawkpestcontrol.com.
We know you want to look good. Chopping Blades Barbershop knows it too, and they're passionate about making their clients look great. Men, women, kids, doesn't matter. You can just walk on in their location at 7985 Highway 72 Suite 2 in Madison or call 256-325-3230. Check out Chopping Blades on Facebook too. Chopping Blades Barbershop.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. We get ready for second half action here in just a little bit. 27-17 your score, James Clemens on top. And now we're going to bring up our chief statistician, Carson Stone Cold Stretch Austin. Stretch, welcome aboard, man. Welcome. I know you've been working hard down there, keeping up with the stats. Why don't you reel off some stats for us? Let us know how we did first half.
All right, let's hear it. First, the James Clemens Jets offense. Quarterback Jacoby Gill, 6 for 7 passing, 34 pass yards, and a passing touchdown. Receiving-wise, A.J. Little with a 70-yard reception, Alex Lively with 2 catches for 42 yards and a touchdown, and Ty Doty with 3 catches for 22 yards. On the running game, we have Cam Berry with 7 carries for 32 yards and a touchdown, M.J. Gideon with 5 carries, 70 yards, and 2 touchdowns, Ty Doty with 2 carries for 9 as well, and Jacoby Gill with an 8-yard QB sneak. On the defensive end, we have a bunch of stats. Bryson Dowdle with a blocked field goal and a tackle for loss. Miles Taylor with the interception. Sacks from Rashad Freeman, Tank Ezel, and James Hollins. We also have a couple of tackle for loss from Jaden Young and from DJ Davis.
So let's go back to the offensive stats real quick. Let me look at that one more time because I want to check out something. That's what I thought. So MJ Gideon has 5 carries for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns tonight. But Cam Berry with 7 carries and 32 hard yards and a touchdown. So when we get Coach Kimbrough back in here, thank you, Stretch, for being in here and giving us our stats. Looking forward to the final stats of the game. But bringing in Coach Kimbrough and have him kind of, I want to tell you something about this. Jacoby Gill, based off of what Stretch was able to bring to us, he is 6 of 7 for 134 yards tonight and a touchdown.
It's good efficiency.
That is. I mean, 6 of 7, and he's just been able to dump passes and do exactly what he needed to do.
But tried the one long ball that didn't work out, but other than that, been very efficient with it in the passing game, and we said we were going to have to use that more, right?
Yeah. And so you just heard that about Gideon and Berry, again, carrying on from 2 weeks ago where both of them had good runs, and they've been showing out again tonight. So now we're getting ready for the second half, and we got to keep doing that.
I don't know if I can handle another half. I'm going to be honest with you. Man, and I forgot how wild it was because we've been a little isolated up here, right?
Yeah,
we've had our own excitement, but we've had a little room to breathe, and we've had, if we can breathe, and we can stretch out a little bit. But man, we've been isolated from the madhouse that it is down there. I had to fight a crowd to get to the bathroom. I had to fight a crowd in the bathroom.
There's only one bathroom in this whole facility.
Well, it's on our side. Yeah, right. I mean, we got more facilities elsewhere, but man,
It's a haul.
It is crazy down there. The atmosphere is still rocking. Everybody's still excited. We're wild on both sides of the end zone.
So it looks like Bob Jones is going to go ahead with the standard kickoff now and try to kick it straight to Doty. And no, they're going to do a little pooch kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 30-yard line. Looked like that was Christian Wyatt, number 23.
Yep.
Just fell on the ball, did the smart thing, didn't try to pick it up and run with it, just fell on it, trapped it. 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 30.
Yeah, when you got a lead, I mean, we're carrying a 10-point lead coming out of the half. There's no point in trying to do anything too crazy, right? Don't get crazy.
100%.
Don't try to make a play. Let's be smart. We've shown the ability for our running backs to absolutely carry the load offensively tonight, and our offensive line is creating holes and creases for them to run through, and our defense is held strong far more than they have it.
That's right.
So let's be smart with the football. Let's not do anything wild. As I say that, we'll come out and do something wild here offensively.
So we come out of the huddle quickly. It's a quick pitch out to Gideon. Gideon trying to find a way through. Makes a man. Just drug that defender for 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 as he gets to the 35.
That's not a little guy he was dragging.
No, it's not.
I mean, these guys are trying to make tackles at the line of scrimmage, and he's picking up another 4 or 5 yards, running through them and bringing them with him.
So that was a quick pitch to Gideon. Now we go back into the I formation. Little split to the far side.
2 tight ends.
Gill under center. Now they look over to the sidelines. Coach Truitt probably over there giving them some signals. Changing the play. Nope, going with the same. Bob Jones showing blitz here. Going to be a handoff again to Gideon. Cuts it back. Met in the backfield. Still on his feet.
Oh, my goodness.
Breaks 3 tackles. Now runs over a defender. Picks up the first down. Picks up an additional 2 yards past the first down marker. 7-yard run. Breaks it out to the 42-yard line. 42-yard line of James Clemens. First down.
MJ Gideon is just a man-child.
I tell you.
Oh, my gosh. Tackled in the backfield. Nope. Slipped out of that one. Tackled at the line of scrimmage. Nope. Slipped out of that one. Ran over another guy.
What's lost on this? He's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore. Yeah.
So this is where we're seeing the maturity in 2 games. They're going to give him the ball. Feed him. Feed him. He does it again.
Oh, my
goodness. Another man miss. Down to the 50. Finally tackled in Bob Jones territory. Penalty flag thrown on the play afterwards.
They can't tackle this guy.
So he crosses the 50-yard line down to about the 44 of Bob Jones. But there is a penalty marker on the field. We'll see what the call is. Personal foul.
Chop block.
Yep, against James Clemens. And so that's going to move that run back. But, man, what a run there by Gideon. I don't know where. I didn't see it.
May have been an illegal shift.
Nah, he did a different.
I need to start paying more attention to the official.
Well, I need his microphone on. Blindside block.
Yep.
So we did get a blindside block. I tell you that official's mic is not as loud as it was 2 weeks ago.
No, it's not. I don't know if it's going through those extra 4 speakers we brought in tonight.
So that's going to mark us all the way back to the 27-yard line of James Clemens. So it's 1st and 25.
Long way.
So here, now we got a whistle blown, penalty flag on the play. We moved. So 2 penalties in a row right there coming out of halftime after 3 big runs there by Gideon.
Man, not the time to get sloppy. And
we saw this a couple of weeks ago, too, in the second half where we started to we came out of halftime, we had the lead, and we kind of let Gardendale fight their way back just a little bit.
We did.
And this is not the team you want to do that against.
No, heck no. Why would you?
So here we go. Little comes out of there quickly, as does A.J. Kelly, and they're split. Now we're going to do
another flag.
And another flag.
Offside.
So here we go.
False start, I'm sorry.
False start by James Clemens. So 3 penalties in a row. So now it is 1st and 100.
Man, we are we are almost 20 yards behind where we recovered the kickoff.
And we had it 1st and 10 from their 38 after MJ's run.
Man.
So now we're 1st and 35 And I don't know that Coach Truitt has a play in that book.
Don't doubt it
for
yet.
This. Trips to the near side. Gill, shotgun, quick pass out to Doty. Doty cuts on the inside, spins, hits that circle button, still on his feet, drug down from behind, still on his feet, finally pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
I think it was almost like designed almost like a jailbreak because he immediately went back to the inside looking for his offensive lineman kind of to be out there.
And there's too many white jerseys.
Too many white jerseys, but he does a good job of bouncing off a tackler. Like you said, spins out of it and gets back out to the outside where he can pick up some positive yards.
So here we go. Second down, picks up 8 yards on that play. Second and 27. Got to get to the Bob Jones 48 for a first down.
Yeah, but you had to start somewhere.
That's right. That's the positive outlook of Kimbrough that I was looking for.
Yeah,
shotgun. Fakes the handoff to Gideon. Got to get rid of it. Throws it off his back foot. Overthrows his intended receiver, Ty Doty. Brings up third down.
Yeah, and he was just trying to get rid of that one. I mean, I would prefer he throw that thing to the sideline if he's going to get rid of it, but just overthrows everybody. Had to get off, had to get it away. A lot of pressure coming in his face, and that's the first time we've seen Bob Jones bring pressure.
Ineligible man downfield on the play, so that's another penalty flag against James Clemens.
Well, we're racking up all of ours on this drive, aren't we?
So 4 penalties right here pushes us back again on second down. So moving us back even further. So you can enter your name for the Lawlers Fan of the Week at PASplus.net. We'll announce the winner during the postgame show of each and every James Clemens game. The winner gets a gift card from Lawlers Barbecue. So all you got to do is go to PASplus.net and enter your name to become the Fan of the Week, brought to you by Lawlers. Back to the action on the field. Third down as Bob Jones declined the penalty. I formation. Barry in the fullback. MJ Gideon, tailback. Little split to the far side. Everybody else in tight. We're just going to run the ball and try to get some positive yardage.
A little sneaky handoff.
And it was a handoff right up the middle to Barry.
Yeah, the old
Barry,
banana in the tailpipe handoff there.
You're not going to get me with the banana in the tailpipe. Here we go. Fourth down. James Clemens. 27. And now Bob Jones is going to punt. Or receive the punt.
Yeah.
James Clemens is going to punt.
It's only our second fourth down of the night, correct?
Yeah, it is.
No, we converted on a fourth down.
We did, but this is only Ortiz's second punt of the night.
Correct.
So he's got to get every bit of boot, and he does. Man, he has flipped the field. And that's going to take a James Clemens
keep rolling.
It's going to keep rolling down to the 10-yard line. It's going to be fielded at the 11. You talk about a punt there by Ortiz.
I'll tell you what, that is a defensive coordinator's best friend.
Look at him. Comes off the field, gets some congratulatory high fives, and runs to the tent. It's still running on the sidelines, looks up there, and is smiling ear to ear.
You know, we talked earlier about how demoralizing it was for Bob Jones when you get those opportunities to score and you can't punch it in, and the things just weren't going in your favor. That time, you backed the Jets up 30, 35 yards, okay? And you kind of pin deep for a punt.
Yeah.
And what happens? You're snapping it inside the 15.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 from the 12. Going to hand it off to Monroe, the big back. He jumps, tries to hurdle, picks up 4 yards on the positive play. So 2nd and 6 as he gets to the 15.
Yeah, don't sleep on this guy. I mean, he's going to come out with some reckless abandon, wanting to make some things happen.
He's going to put his ears back.
Yeah, he had a tough time in the first half getting a lot of yards. We beat on him.
So hopefully everybody was able to get their Pedialyte and orange slices at halftime. Get ready to go.
Put the Powerade IV in.
Here we go.
Need it.
Yeah. Trips to the, 2 splits to the near, 1 to the far side. Going to hand it off to Monroe up the middle. He's got a hole. Barrels his way forward for the first down. Still on his feet past the 30, down to about the 34-yard line. 33 is where they're going to mark him.
Man.
So first down, Bob Jones. They're just going to ride him.
Yeah, he was steamrolling right there. And why would you not? It's only a 10-point difference, you know.
You have an opportunity here to get down there and punch it and make it within 3.
That's right. And keep this Jets offense off the field as well.
So they're going to hand it to him again up the middle, and he's going to be stopped after a 3-yard gain. But 2nd and 7. But again, Monroe running hard.
Yeah, better job of gang tackling that time right there. And now Dowdell's down. Looks like he may be cramping up.
Is that Dowdell? Yeah, that's number 9. No, that's Miles Major.
Miles Major, sorry. I see Dowdell coming off. Nope. Boy, I can't see any numbers.
That's William Richards that comes off. Number 5.
I'm going to quit calling out any names if I can't see numbers.
That's all right. You want my glasses?
You're nearsighted or farsighted?
Well, they're progressive.
Progressive? I don't even know what that means.
It just means I'm old. So it's second down and 7.
Is that like the trifocals?
It's getting there.
You see 3 different levels?
I can.
That's impressive.
I see in colors, man.
Wow.
So here we go. Second and 7, Bob Jones, as we get the injured player off the field. And now they've got trips to the far side, one to the near, with Monroe in the backfield and Jackson. Puts a man in motion. That's number 11. That's
looking
the dangerous receiver.
Looking at deep.
He
nope.
throws it. No,
had to check down.
Yeah. Intended receivers, Colton Wood, number 5, and he threw that one too low for him to get it off the turf. Brings up 3rd and long for the Patriots. So here we go as number 41 for James Clemens comes in. James Hollins, he's the linebacker, taking over for Freeman as Freeman's coming out with a little bit of a limp. So 3rd and 7, 2 splits to each side. Jackson taking a look, Monroe in the backfield with him. Showing a 4 front on the defensive line. So now they're going to put Monroe in motion.
Swing
into
it
the
to
flat.
him.
Nope, they're going to throw it to number 1, Malachi Foster, and he catches it.
Guess who's on the tackle?
Yeah, number 36. Who was it? Was that 36 on the tackle?
That was Hayes Harrison again.
Oh, Hayes Harrison makes that tackle, but he still picks up the first down and gets into positive territory as it's 1st and 10. Patriots at the James Clemens 45-yard line.
Man, they're keeping the drive going right here. It's exactly what Bob Jones wants.
So it's going to be a jet sweep to number 11 again. He tries to cut it into the middle. Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground.
I think he got it back.
I think too. Number 11, Reese Dorsey.
Man.
Able to get that. He got popped
yes,
on the
he did.
backside.
Guess by who?
Say Hayes popped it.
He is playing a heck of a game.
So able to, no gain on the play as the ball fell backwards. So 2nd and 10 for Bob Jones with 7:15 and counting in the 3rd quarter.
Well, we're eating up the clock here so far in the 3rd quarter, and nothing's come of it.
So here we go. 2 to the far side. Now the man goes, nope, I thought he was going to go in motion. He stays. So they're going to give it to Monroe up the middle. He's going to hit his own man. And his own man's going to get pushed into his other man as no gain, about a yard on the play. They'll give him 1 yard. So 3rd and 9 here for the Patriots. It's time to hold them, Jets. Get that D going.
This would be a huge stop for the Jets right here. 3rd and 9.
I got to be honest with you. I think they go for it. I think it's 4-down territory.
You think so this early in the 3rd?
You could punt them and try to lock them deep in the back in their own territory.
Yeah.
But Monroe's going out for the swing pass. Jackson's looking to throw deep, throws it across the middle, and it's caught. 1st down, Bob Jones at the 33-yard line.
Well, again, we're soft in the middle there with our coverage, We're giving up some stuff in the middle, and they're doing a good job of kind of squaring in, setting a guy down and right in the middle of the zone where you can get that yardage, pick up that 1st down. They've done that to us several times.
So 1st and 10, 33-yard line is where it's marked of James Clemens. 2 splits to the near, 2 to the far. Swing pass looking again. Now he's going to throw it. Underthrows his intended receiver. Pass intended for number 12, Catarini.
I think he overthrew his receiver. I think it was the inside guy he was trying to hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah,
I think it was the inside guy he was trying to hit that was coming back to the football, kind of a little comeback route.
So the officials are taking a timeout on the field. The first timeout of the second half, but it's the official one as they both go to the far side. So let's take a look at our North Alabama Gas District scoreboard. As lots of things happening here, but we're going to take a look at our North Alabama Gas District scoreboard and update you on some scores from around the area. In the 3rd quarter, Lauderdale County just cruising along, 49-8 over Elkmont. Winston County 50, Tanner nothing on the board in the 4th quarter. West Morgan 27, West Limestone 22, check that. West Limestone 7. Clemens 8, Colbert Heights 6. That's a tight game in the 3rd quarter over there. Ardmore 14, Priceville nothing at halftime. And then Coleman able to get on the board 17-7. Athens on top of them in the 4th quarter. So that's your North Alabama Gas District scoreboard serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Call 811 before you dig. Coach Kimbrough, I tell you, you're right. We're a little soft in the middle. We're able to contain on the outside a little bit, but I tell you what, that number 12, Katarina, for Bob Jones has been streaking down the sidelines, and he's been open a couple of times. He caught that touchdown pass right before halftime.
Yeah, and I'm not criticizing our defense. I'm sure it's by design that we're giving that middle rather than give that deep ball on the outside. Right. You have to give up something in order to cover everything.
Right.
Well, or to cover the biggest threat. So, and I would agree with that philosophy. Let's not give those speedy receivers a path down the sideline for a deep ball. Let's let them catch it in the middle. Let's make a tackle and force them to snap it again.
So you got Foster and Dorsey split to the far side. Catarina split here close to us. Monroe in the backfield with Jackson. Snap, going to hand it off to Monroe. He bounces it to the outside. He's got a lane. Still on his feet, running down the sidelines. Finally knocked out of bounds at the 12-yard line, and first down, Bob Jones.
You look at Monroe, and he's a big kid. He looks like he's a strong kid, and you would think that he's the type guy that likes to stay between the tackles and kind of run behind his pads. I'll tell you what, one of his real strengths is looking like he's going to stay behind tackle and then bouncing it.
Yeah,
he's done a great job of bouncing runs. That time he comes up a little gimped up and comes out.
So Rice is going to take his place. Jaden Rice, number 24, in the backfield with Jackson. Jackson looking to throw. Going towards the end zone. I think that slipped out of his hands.
Yeah.
I saw that come off of his hand, and it was just a bad throw.
Yeah. A little wonky.
So pass falls incomplete as he was throwing towards the end zone. Pass intended for number 2, Caleb Sanders.
Yeah.
And that's going to bring up second down and 10 from the 17th. So now, big tight end, number 86 for Bob Jones comes in. Out goes 24, Rice. And now you're going to have Sanders in the backfield, and he is a speedster. We saw that in the first quarter. So lots of running backs that Bob Jones has, and they're going to hand it off to him up the middle, and he's going to try to bounce it to the outside. Meets in the middle, pushes his way forward for 6 yards.
Yeah.
It's going to be third down and 4 as he makes it down to the 11-yard line.
Well, here we are again with an opportunity to stop, force a field goal maybe. A field goal would be big right here.
So you can already tell those are big offensive linemen for Bob Jones. You refer to it a lot throughout the game. And when you get those big bodies on you, it wears you down.
It does. But the other thing that's wearing them down right now is throwing the ball more in this series. They're getting gashed. It's a lot tougher to pass protect than it is run block.
So man goes in motion. You still got Sanders in the backfield with Jackson. They're going to fake the handoff, swing pass out to
got to stay to the outside.
Dorsey takes Takes a shot by number 35, Tank Ezel.
Tank didn't even tackle him. Tank just ran into him.
So you got a penalty flag on the play.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that's coming from. It's back here. I want to say it's a holding probably on one of those wide receivers. Man, Tank's pursuit gets to the sideline, and the guy just runs into Tank's chest and falls.
So they called that against James Clemens. So I didn't see what the call was.
No, I think they waved it off.
So they decided to wave it off. So it's first and goal from the 3. So first and goal, Bob Jones from the 3-yard line. They're going to go trips to the far side. Monroe comes back in. No, that is still Sanders. So Sanders, beside Jackson, going to fake the handoff, read option. Jackson walks into the end zone, touchdown.
No, they blew that dead.
They blew it dead.
Yep, false start.
Yep, you're right, they did. So false start, going to move Bob Jones back. So the read option play, he had a hole.
No, he had a big hole, and that's a great play call for them down in this territory. First down on the 4. We're going to have to get some extra help if they leave 2 receivers out there.
So that's going to move the ball out to the 8-yard line. So replay first down. So first and goal from the 8.
Man, I don't really like our coverage where our safety's sitting over the top on the far side up there. If they decide to do some kind of wide receiver screen out there, we're in trouble quick.
Big cushion.
Yep.
So handoff to the speedy Sanders. Sanders tries to get in, tackled out of bounds.
Great play.
Number 22, Mason Rose with the tackle. He does get to the 3-yard line, so it's 2nd and goal from the 3, Bob Jones.
Yeah, but Mason that time, I mean, that gap is moving out there wide, and Mason did a great job of fitting the gap, running to the football, and making a solid open field tackle just to keep him out of the end zone.
So I think you run the read option here if I'm Bob Jones.
Oh, ain't no doubt. I mean, that's been your most successful play consistently, and especially down here close.
So that's exactly what they do, read option, and now Jackson goes in the end zone, touchdown.
Yep, he walks in.
So 4:14 remaining in the third quarter. They drove almost 90 yards. Now there's penalty flags as they went to have a talk with the student section.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but when he scores, he kind of runs to the goalpost there and shushes the student section and, gets a little close to some of the guys that are down there on the back of the end zone. And I think once was enough, but he continued it for a while, so that's going to cause the flags. And when I say flags, I mean about 4 guys threw a flag.
Threw it, yeah. So unsportsmanlike conduct against Bob Jones. So 27-23 right now your score as Bob Jones lines up for the extra point. And Coach McGee wants that off the kickoff, so that penalty will be assessed on the following kickoff, regardless of the outcome of this extra point.
Man, it'd be nice to
get a block here, I tell you, we did get back there. Extra point is good to cut the lead to 3 with 4:14 remaining in the third quarter. James Clemens 27, Bob Jones 24. You're listening to Jets football on PAS Plus.
Whether you have college recruitment or simply memorabilia in mind, let Social Gimmicks capture them with a cinematic highlight reel. Social Gimmicks is redefining Southern sports media with a distinctive flair. Contact Social Gimmicks with a Z online at socialgimmicks.mypixieset.com. Social Gimmicks, the essence of athleticism.
Local sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. Kirk Pierce, Brad Kimbrough, Tim Lambert up here in the booth, bringing you tonight's action of the Madison Bowl. As Bob Jones has been able to cut the lead, they've scored 14 points, scored a touchdown right before halftime, and then on their opening possession here, they drove the ball 91 yards to cut the lead down to 3.
Clearly their best drive of the night and the most discipline they've showed. We questioned that earlier. We talked about emotion and we talked about all the preparation. Who's going to stay the most disciplined throughout the game? We did not in our offensive series to start the second half. Bob Jones did. We got to do something to flip that around. We got to change our mindset and change that approach.
So the penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct, was assessed on this kickoff. So Bob Jones is going to be kicking off from their 25-yard line. Doty back deep to receive. It's going to be a little pooch kick, and we're going to fall on it at the 46-yard line. So 1st and 10, James Clemens from the 46 as number 23, Christian Wyatt, falls on it. Again, smart play there by Wyatt.
Yeah, smart thing to do. Just fall on that thing, recover it. You're going to be near the 50 when you take over. So let's see what we can get. Let's see what we can get started here.
Well, I think, again, go back to what's been successful. And MJ Gideon has been able to just run hard.
Yeah, both these backs, they've carried the load. I mean, they have put us on their back for sure.
So Barry lines up to the left of Gill. As you've got Little close to us, split out. Everybody else is in tight. Now Barry moves behind Gill. Now Gill looking over to the sidelines, gets the call. It's going to be a handoff to Barry onto the far side. He's got himself a hole. Finally tripped up after about an 8-yard pickup there. Big 2nd down and 2 for the Jets as they're in Bob Jones territory. Ball marked at the 47.
Man, really good hard run right there by Cam. Just found a crease, gets to the next level. Running low, running behind his pads.
Now Lively comes out. Doty goes in. So you're going to have Barry, Little, and Doty as Gill goes under center, and now Doty is the tailback. Shift by Bob Jones. They're going to fake the handoff now. They're going to
GT action that time. Ty Doty.
Round to the far side. Crosses the 40. Pushed out of bounds. Short of the 35 to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10, James Clemens.
Let me talk on the demonstration of sportsmanship right there by Ty Doty. Big time play. Picks up the 1st down. The guy's with him when they go out of bounds. And the guy trips and falls. Ty Doty immediately reaches down to help pick him up.
Hey, that's what you need. in this rivalry. Barry going to be by himself in the backfield. Now Gill trying to tell Doty to get back there with him. And Doty goes in the tailback position.
He's there again.
Gill under center, looking over to the sidelines, and now they're getting the hand signals. 7 seconds left on the play clock. Plenty of time. Gill back under center. Here we go. 1st and 10. James Clemens handing it off to Doty. Doty trying to find a crease. He does. Falls forward down to about the 30-yard line. So again, a nice pickup there. They're going to say mark him down at the 31. So 2nd down and about 4 for the Jets.
And once again, not doing too much, right?
No.
Take what's there. Take what you can get. Get down. Good ball security. Don't do anything crazy right here.
So 2nd down and about 4. It's a long 4. But we are in Patriot territory, trying to put our own drive together. Trips to the far side. Barry to the left as Gill moved. Nobody else. No, they're letting them run. 10 seconds on the play clock. Here we go. Gill looking to throw. Pumps. Throws it. Big arm. Got Lively. Oh, just off the fingertips of Lively as he was wide open coming across. That would have been a touchdown there because this momentum would have carried him in the end zone.
Man, yeah. Of course, now you had a safety coming over the top with a radar locked on him, too.
He was going to give him a pop.
He was going to take a tough lick, but, man, it would have been nice if he had 6 more inches on that right arm and pull that thing in.
But, man, what a route there by Lively. Just out of his grasp. But, again, shows that arm strength of Gill.
Another good job by McGill, and what we've seen out of him tonight is not just a strong arm, but some touch on some throws as well.
So Gideon now in the backfield. I formation. Going to hand it to Gideon. Gideon trying to get away, trying to go the other way. It's going to be dropped for a loss of about a yard on the play. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Just nowhere for him to go that time. He comes off to the left side. Everything's covered up, and he tries to cut it back inside. I thought he did a good job of just getting a positive yard there.
And he still, he was trying to cut it around and still brings up 4th down. So they're going to say 4th and about 4 as the ball is marked at the Patriot 30-yard line.
You know Coach Truitt's got something on his play call sheet for this situation.
So let's see if it goes in. Barry goes in motion. Gill looking to throw. Steps up. Overthrow. Throws it to Doty. Off his fingertips. Just could not get it. And now you see all of the Patriot fans run over into the end zone.
Yeah, get those guys off the field.
And just continuing to jaw there.
What a job by Ty Doty right there. That Gill had to get rid of that football. And when he threw it, Doty got on his – he found another gear to run past the defender to try and had an opportunity, just couldn't bring it in. It's rare we see Ty Doty drop a pass.
100%. And now you've got turnover on downs as Bob Jones takes the ball at their own 30-yard line with 1:50 remaining in this 3rd quarter. And the defense is back on the field again, just having to go out there and be tough. And so now they're going to do a jet sweep again to – oh, my goodness, what a pop there on Dorsey. Dorsey took a lick there by number 16, Rashad Freeman.
I'll tell you what, this Jets defense, we talked about them 2 weeks ago, getting after the quarterback, getting after the running back, not being scared to be aggressive. They are bringing the pop with them tonight.
Absolutely, and what that does is that, and you see Dorsey limp off the field. So that
wouldn't you?
I would. So he did take. He took
what we call
shot.
get your bell rung.
So he picked up 3 yards. They're going to fake the handoff. Going to do a swing pass out to Sanders. Sanders makes a man miss. Takes another pop. Still on his feet. Finally, still on his feet and gets thrown out of bounds. But a 1st down short of the 50-yard line. But there is a penalty flag on the play.
Man, I love when you hear pads popping up here. And we've heard it, several times in the first half. Hayes Harrison's bringing the pain behind his pads, and we've heard pads popping and thumping tonight. That's a rivalry game, right?
That's exactly
it's
what
a little bit more intense, and you want to deliver a lick on somebody.
So that penalty's going to go against Bob Jones, going to move them back. So that's going to be, it's going to replay 2nd down. So the official going to tell us what it was. Holding on Bob Jones.
I love it.
So replay 2nd down and put them behind the chains. 1:05 left remaining in this 3rd quarter. James Clemens trying to hold on to a 3-point lead, at least hold Bob Jones here from putting any points on the board and get into the 4th quarter with the next possession.
Man, what a 4th quarter this is going to be.
So 2nd, they're going to move it past down to the 28-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 12 for Bob Jones. Jackson looking to throw. Throws it over to the sidelines. Caught by the receiver.
Big time
Sanders
tackle.
not able to get anywhere. Got to the original line of scrimmage. Clock still going to run. Brings up 3rd and 10 as number 5, William Richards, on the tackle for the Jets.
That's a big time tackle. I mean, if he breaks away there, then it's open field and open season kind of for our last 2 defenders. That guy wrapping up just was holding on for dear life.
He was. And Sanders is quick, so if he can make that first man miss, he's going a long way. So now you got trips to the near, 2 to the far, empty backfield for Jackson.
Yeah, this empty set's tricky.
So now he puts a man in motion. It's going to fake the handoff to the man in motion. Go throw a dart to number 1. Picks up the first down.
Yeah.
And I tell you, he got down to the 41-yard line. That is Malachi Foster with the reception and the first down for Bob Jones.
Man, they're being creative in ways to try to get the ball in the hands of those speedy guys. You know, they've had to do some different things this half to try and get the ball dispersed to some different people. And credit Jackson, he's done a good job of kind of, delivering the ball in different places and spreading the ball out.
Yeah, and that's going to do it for the third quarter as the clock runs out. So 27-24, your score. James Clemens with a 3-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic, Southern, character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special. And that includes local sports. Call 233-8750. Come by our office at 508 South Jefferson Street or look for the link online at athensal.us.
Right now on a podcast platform near you, The Wingmen.
There's someone on the wing. Something.
Join us live every week this football season at Walk On Sports Bistro at Clift Farm on Highway 72 as Kirk Pierce, Johnny Johnson, and Brad Kimbrough talk James Clemens Jets sports. The Wingmen.
We're winging it, Jerry.
On your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app on your Alexa device by saying Open PAS Plus and online at jcwingmen.net.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. We head into the fourth quarter here. You got Kirk Pierce, Brad Kimbrough.
And a lot of anxiety.
Tim Lambert in the booth. 27-24 remaining, this is the score, heading into the fourth quarter. And, Brad, we talked about it right there during the break. These receivers, you mentioned it, the coach is getting really creative with them, trying to get them open, and we have been soft in the middle.
Well, again, we talked about how many points they've put up and how many yards they've gained in those first couple of games. They're used to kind of easy yards for those guys, spreading the ball around the field and them guys being open. Not been the case tonight. They've had to pick their battles where they can. That time, or the last 2 series, actually, they've done a good job of spreading the ball around and being creative in ways to get those speedy guys open. They're not breaking free, but they're picking up yards.
So 1st and 10 for Bob Jones to start the fourth quarter. Ball is spotted at their own 42-yard line as getting ready for the clock to set. As the clock official, having a hard time getting that Jumbotron clock ready to go. I'm sure it's a lot of mechanics.
We've all had a hard time tonight. And here we come. I mean, we get down to the fourth quarter. And, this is where we're going to lay it all on the line, right?
This is it.
Everybody holds up the fours. We're ready to go. It all comes down to this one quarter football.
So we need an interception here or a turnover. Going to hand it off to the running back, number 24 for Bob Jones. He gets a big break, crosses the 50 down to the 40-yard line of James Clemens. Huge run there by the Bob Jones Patriots.
Yeah, that's probably their biggest run of the night. They bring a tackle back inside, and it's kind of a long trap. And, man, that was effective against this 3-man front.
So they're going to do it again.
They're going to do it again the other way.
Run it down, and he's going to bounce to the outside. Still on his feet. Makes one man miss. Picks up a nice 7-yard gain. So 2nd and 3 for the Patriots as Jaden Rice gets to the outside and does the yardage. So Jaden Rice has carried the ball twice and picked up good yardage on both carries in a row. And now the Patriots are threatening again. So he's going to stay in the backfield with Jackson as you got 2 splits to the either side. And he moved a little bit, but they're not going to call it. So he's looking to throw it deep. It's almost picked off, but now he's going to throw a penalty flag because they did push him in the back.
Yeah.
And now you see the Patriots fans.
The boy crew.
That crew running to the end zone again to jaw a little bit. And that's what they're doing. So,
Hey, rivalry game. I mean.
So that pass interference is going to go against the Jets. It's going to give Bob Jones another first down.
That's tough right there because they're throwing to the middle of the field.
Yeah.
You've got outside coverage, so you're behind the receiver. You don't really have a play. You're going to watch him catch it, or you're going to put your hands on him.
So really, you could argue that was a good play.
You can't argue that that's the smarter play. I mean, your only other hope is that it bounces off his shoulder pads and he doesn't catch the ball.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 from the 19 of James Clemens. Going to hand it off to the running back, number 24, trying to bounce it out to the outside. He does, picking up some hard yardage as he's going to get 8 yards on that 7 yards on that carry. Another hard run there by number 24, Jaden Rice.
And he's been doing it. And, of course, they're taking pressure off of those running backs by spreading that ball out a little bit more.
So now he's going to stay in the backfield. And now they look like they're going to go trips to the near side. As Jackson going to go no huddle. It's going to be 2nd down and about 4 from the 17. 10:40 and counting. James Clemens trying to hold on to a 3-point lead in this 4th quarter. But it's been all Bob Jones in this second half. Swing pass. Hold right there on that defender, but nevertheless, pass caught by Malachi Foster. He goes in, touchdown, Bob Jones. They have scored 21 or 20 points as of right now to nothing for James Clemens.
We do have a flag down.
We do have a flag. So hopefully it's the hold.
It is.
And that's what I was calling. Holding penalty against the Patriots. And, you could tell that so you had 2 receivers over here, and one of them was holding Wyatt Willis, and Wyatt wasn't able to get away.
No, we had great outside coverage, and as our guys try to fight back to the inside to take that play away, they're getting held. And it was pretty obvious because, they're clearly trying to fight back to the inside.
I said Wyatt Willis. That is not Wyatt Willis. I apologize. That is Gage Olander. So Gage Olander was being held on the play, and he had to adjust his jersey. It was so bad. So that's going to move Bob Jones back and negate that touchdown.
That was borderline more of an assault.
It was a little bit of a something. So personal foul. So that's going to replay the down. So that's an unsportsmanlike conduct against James Clemens. So that's going to negate the penalty, or they're going to offset.
I didn't catch that.
And replay it. I didn't either. So again,
not that it didn't happen. I'm just I don't know where it would have happened. Maybe somewhere in the interior where we can't see as much. Not sure. So 2nd down, 4 to go. Bob Jones needs to get to the 11 for a first down. So offsetting penalties. The touchdown does come off the board against Bob Jones. So we'll replay the down. Well, taking points off the board is huge right now, right? Let's just keep forcing them. Maybe this gives us a little renewed vigor.
So now what they're doing is assessing the penalties.
Yeah, they're going to assess both.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. So now that's going to put Bob Jones closer to getting a first down here. Once the ball is finally spotted, and the official's still talking it out. So, man, I tell you what, this second half has been all Bob Jones.
Yeah, it has, and it's been all of our woes, right? We've kind of created a lot of these problems for ourselves, especially in that opening drive. If we could put anything together there, we give ourselves a chance. Even with 3, we're still in great shape right here.
So Bob Jones, 2nd down and 1 after the penalties assessed. Jackson looking to throw, throwing it to the end zone, caught, corner, touchdown, Bob Jones. Another wide open receiver, number 12, Canarino.
They're doing a good job. Those guys do a good job of just kind of stemming away and kind of breaking out, almost like a scramble pattern, right? But the quarterback's not having to scramble, but they do a good job. And when they get into the zone, they work back out of it, and he's doing a good job finding them.
So with that touchdown, that puts Bob Jones ahead for the 2nd time tonight. They did have the first touchdown of the game. And then Bob Jones hadn't scored again until right before the end of the first half, and it's been all Bob Jones since. So 30-27 currently your score. as Bob Jones lines up for the extra point. Kick is up.
Oh.
And it is good. Didn't look like it, but it is. So Bob Jones with a 4-point lead with 10:18 remaining in the game. 31-27, your score. James Clemens gets the ball back. When we return, you're listening to Jets football on PAS+.
Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being, and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley.
Welcome back to James Clemens football on PAS+. 10:18 remaining in the fourth quarter. 31-27 your score. Bob Jones on top. And it has been all Bob Jones. You have definitely can sense that momentum shift for the other team.
Yeah, it's been all their second half for sure.
So Doty lining up at about the 10-yard line. And it's going to be another pooch kick.
Oh, no.
And then we're going to pick it up. Lively finally picks it up. Tries to go to the near side. He's got a lane. 30 to the 35. Going to be shoved out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So good return there by Lively. As I tell you, he almost made a mistake there.
He really did. He tried to field it like a ground ball, and it bounces off of him. He misplayed it, but he made up for it.
He did.
He made up for it by getting a lot of positive yardage. And again, didn't try to cut back to the inside, didn't try to do anything crazy, just pick up a lot of positive yardage and then get out of bounds.
He came over to the sidelines, pointed at himself, let him know, hey, my bad.
My bad.
He
made up for it.
He did. So 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 43-yard line. So they're going to give him an additional 3 yards on that. As you've got backfield, Gideon at the tailback slot, Barry in front of him as Gill goes under center. Little split to the far side.
We need a solid drive right here.
Gill hands it off to Gideon. Gideon with a hole. Tries to bounce it. Hurdles. One man still on his feet past the 50. Pushing his way forward. Penalty flag on the play. Down to the 47-yard line of Bob Jones.
Yeah, come in late and come in to the far side. Guys, I'm telling you, the entire left side of our offensive line was mauling people right there.
So I don't know if that's going to be a hold or what on that, but we'll see what the call is as the man in white, the white hat, tells us. No foul on the play. Good deal.
That's the first for us this half.
Yeah, so 48-yard line of Bob Jones. 1st and 10, James Clemens. What a run there.
Man, he's been putting them together all night long. Really, 2 weeks ago, he had a big night. He was our player of the game.
And he's doing it again tonight as he's in the... That looks like Barry in the backfield, trips to the near side. You got Doty, Little, and Lively, all close to us, and Gill in the pistol. That is Barry in the backfield. Gill waiting for the snap, takes it, looking to pass. Rush, got to get rid of it, throws it deep. For Doty, that's got to be pass interference.
That's pass interference.
And that is all over Doty's back was the defender.
I'm going to tell you what, he had a hand all over his back. He had a hand in his face. But again, like earlier, he knew if he didn't do something, that pass is going to fall right in the arms of Ty Doty.
So great positive play there. Gill threw it up there, and the defender all over Ty Doty because Ty Doty was going to make a play. And now Gill, again, showing the arm strength that he has. It's going to be 1st and 10, James Clemens.
And, man, he threw that thing up there with no reservation.
Not a bit.
I think he knew he was going to 11 the whole way.
You can see the fireworks over there across. That's coming from Toyota Field over there.
Oh, yeah?
Trash Pandas wrapping up their season, and we get a little fireworks show over there as the chains are moving.
I found out today that your James Clemens Lady Jets will be playing over at Toyota Field this spring.
Really?
Yes, sir.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
I can't wait to call that game at Toyota Field.
Please do. Be at 9 a.m. on a Monday.
Yeah, probably not going to make it.
We didn't get the primetime spot.
Gill under center, I formation, man in motion. Little split to the near side. MJ Gideon at tailback. They're going to hand it off to Gideon. No, that's Doty. Doty spins his way forward. Positive yards. 3-yard pickup on the play. So short of the 30-yard line as he makes his way to the 31. So they're only going to say a yard pickup. So it's going to be second down for James Clemens and 9 to go.
You know, we talk about Doty being a weapon all the time, a two-time All-State player, you know, selection as an athlete, and normally he's in a slot or he's in a wideout position, but tonight he's really done damage carrying the football out of the backfield or and you know, coming in motion and receiving the toss.
So Gideon tailback again, Little split to the far side, Barry in front of him. Going to hand it off to Barry up the middle.
Yep.
Penalty flag on the play. I think we got a false start.
And I think that would have been a good play for us, too.
I think so. Yep, false start on the offense.
Come on, boys. We got to be disciplined right here.
So it's going to move us behind the chains again on that 5-yard penalty.
We got to be disciplined.
So second down and 15. 14. Yeah, second down and 14. So now we're going to go, nope, 2 splits to the near. That's Lively and Little. Doty's going to split to the far side. Barry in the backfield to the right of Gill. Now Doty goes in motion. Now we got trips close to us. Gill going to roll out to the near side, looking to throw. Going to throw the pass up in the air to Doty. Oh, just out of his reach. Just a little, not enough touch on that ball right there.
I want to say some of these passes, it's like there's been too much touch, right? He's not firing rockets like we seen him do 2 weeks ago. On some of the deeper balls, he's really kind of floating it up there. And, I mean, not floating it in a bad way, but it's kind of dropping at such an angle that it's kind of hard for those guys to adjust to.
Yep. So that brings up 3rd and 14 on that incomplete pass. And now we got to make something, guys, as you got 2 splits to either side. Achenbach goes in motion. Now Little in motion. Barry in the backfield. Gill looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Throws it across the middle to Doty. Doty's going to be chopped down. Ball rolls out of bounds.
Hey, Coach, you can't touch the ball till it's...
So, yeah, it rolls out of bounds. But it's going to be 4th down as he gets past the original line of scrimmage. So 4th and about 9. And, yeah, the Bob Jones coach picked up the ball on the sideline.
Yeah, I mean...
So
maybe he thought it was an incomplete pass, but it was clear that Doty caught the ball, made 2 football moves, and then hit the ground with it, you know.
So 8:25 and counting remaining in the 4th quarter.
Huge fourth down. Huge 4th down.
4th and 8. Here we go. Jets trips to the near side. Barry in the backfield with Gill. Shotgun. Drops back to pass. Looking to throw. Throws it off his back foot. Going to be picked off in the end zone. He's going to run it on out, and he's going to be tackled by Little at the 7-yard line.
I don't know where he was throwing that football, to be honest with you.
I don't either.
You know, it's possible that his intended receiver maybe got held up, you know, and couldn't get to the middle of the field. But, man, he launched that thing to the middle of the field, and there was nobody there but the safety for Bob Jones.
So Gill throws the interception. That's our 2nd turnover on the night. Bob Jones has 1 turnover. They threw an interception early in the 1st quarter.
Yeah. Well, the game's not over by any means.
Oh, no.
We got 8:04 left to play, and we're only trailing by 4.
And so they are backed up to their 7-yard line. I don't understand why the defender didn't just down it.
Well, emotions are high.
Yep. So now going to hand it off to the big running back, Monroe. Monroe is going to make a man miss. Finally flipped up end over end at the 10-yard line.
Man, Tank Ezel just took that center and drove him in the backfield.
So big Dowdell with the stop on Monroe, taking him low, and he comes up pumped up. And now
Monroe's down.
He's still down on that play. So, but he does pick up 4 yards, so 2nd and 6 for the Patriots as the ball is marked at their 11. So timeout on the field with this injury timeout. And just want to remind you, stick around for the postgame show as we'll bring you some stats. We're going to have our Lawlers Fan of the Week. We're also going to be able to tell you who our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Game is tonight.
Man.
And our featured Jet will get a gift card from Mellow Mushroom. So
got a lot to choose from this week.
We really do. I mean, it's a lot. MJ Gideon was our player of the game 2 weeks ago, and he's put on another performance tonight.
He sure has.
But I got to tell you, man, the defense has played really well tonight.
Defense has played well, and there's one name that we've called out quite a bit. Of course, there's a few. You know, Dowdell's been a big-time player, got a hand on a blocked field goal earlier. Hayes Harrison has just been flying around, popping people. Tank Ezel's had quite a game.
So we'll see what we got to do in the end. I mean, something can can happen that's going to just put us over the edge with emotion here with 7:50 remaining in this ball game.
Well, again, I mean, you go back and you look over the past several years. I mean, obviously, Bob Jones leads this series 7-5.
Right.
Okay? And those first 6 years, I mean, they weren't really close. Let me take that back. The first 3 years weren't close at all. You know, year 4, 27-24 game. Year 5, 28-20 game. But you get around to where JC starts to compete. In 2018, JC wins their first. 2019, they repeat. 2020, three-peat. But in 2021, it was an overtime game. Yeah. It was really close. And then the year after that, another close game that came down to the end. So last year was a blowout.
Yeah.
But, man, this game is traditionally in the middle of this rivalry. It's been pretty close.
So Monroe walks off on his own field. Now, read option there by Jackson. Jackson's going to keep it himself. Gets past the 20, down to the 21, picks up the first down. First down, Bob Jones.
And, man, you can probably watch for that play every series of downs from here on out to try and keep that clock running, to try and eat up yardage. That's been a productive play for him. He rides that zone read out.
So Jaden Rice is the running back as he comes in for Monroe. And we're just trying to keep him within 4 points here with 7:24 and counting in the fourth quarter. So now they're going to hand it off to him. He's going to be met in the backfield by number 31 for James Clemens, Jaden Young.
They're just adding to the tacklers, yeah.
And so that's going to be now they're going to say no gain, but I tell you, he met him in the backfield. So no gain on the play. Second down and 10 for the Patriots at the 21-yard line. So need a stop here, fellas. Got to get it and get that ball back and drive down and just trying to get this lead back.
Man, I mean, a stop, a turnover, anything right here to put yourselves in positions to get another score. 4-point lead.
So 6:46 and counting. 2 splits to either side. As Rice is in the backfield, going to fake the handoff, swing pass out to number 1. He's going to run into his own man and then be brought down, still standing, but they're going to finally blow him dead as he picked up about 3 yards on the play. So third down and about 7 as the ball gets to the 25-yard line. So big stop here can happen for the Jets defense.
We need a big third down right here.
So you can tell the Jets defense is a little bit gassed, but if they can just reach deep down and find that last bit of energy that they need to hold the Patriots here, this could be a huge stop.
This would be a huge stop.
So trips to the far side. 1 running back in the backfield. Looks like it's Sanders.
Hard to tell from here, isn't it?
As the clock is going to run down and Bob Jones is going to take a timeout.
Smart on their part. I mean, use up all the clock you can.
So 5:51 remaining in this ball game. We'll keep it here and just remind you that tune in for Play Action Sports Update 3 times each weekday for school, youth, and amateur sports news from Limestone County area on 1080 AM WKAC. We'll also take a look at our North Alabama Gas District scoreboard. West Morgan, 29. West Limestone, 7. That's a final. Athens, 24. Coleman, 14. That's a final down there in Coleman. Colbert Heights, 14-8 in the fourth quarter over Clemens. Ardmore with a big victory over Priceville, 28-6. Lauderdale County, 49. Elkmont, 8. That's a big final. And Winston County shuts out Tanner, 50-0 in that game over there in Limestone County.
Oh.
So we've got a good one here. Madison Bowl never disappoints.
Not usually.
And just a little bit of energy needed right here by the Jets on a big timeout called by Bob Jones with 5:51 remaining in this ball game. Bob Jones, 31. James Clemens, 27.
We'll take a little luck right here, too.
So here we go. Third down. Waiting on the officials to tell them to come back out here on the field. High energy ball game from the beginning kickoff to these closing minutes.
Man, I can't believe it's as late as it is. The way everything was going in the beginning, it felt like we just flew, you know?
I know it. We had parachutists bring in the ball and the American flag.
Man.
3 of them.
Three skydivers. We honored American heroes.
It's a great game. What a great time of year.
This is unbelievable.
High school football is the purest form of football right now.
There's nothing like it, and it's the only real drama there is in life. Everything you watch on TV is scripted, right? Even reality shows are scripted.
Some say the NFL is scripted.
Maybe. I ain't putting anything past TV networks now. But I'm going to tell you, this right here is the only real drama there is because you don't know what's going to happen.
High school athletics at its finest right here. So here we go, 3rd down and 6 for Bob Jones. Ball marked at their own 25-yard line. They are going to go wide splits to the near side with number 11, Reese Dorsey. They've got trips to the far side.
Yeah, they're going to force man coverage down here on the bottom.
Caleb Sanders is the running back in the backfield with Jackson. Going to read option, going to give it to Sanders. He's going to have to do something. Still on his feet, met in the backfield, loss on the play. They push him out of bounds at the 23-yard line. 4th down.
Forgive me for not seeing who the initial tackler was. It was the cornerback on this side. But he did a great job of running inside that block and just sprinting to the football that time.
I'm going to tell you, that's probably the worst read that Jackson's had tonight because he really did not. I don't know, maybe it was our defense that fooled him and the way we were protecting there, but that was a very bad read on him.
He might not have been reading it.
It might have been
it was probably supposed to be a read, but he may have already made up his mind, I'm giving this football.
So one of the most dangerous men in high school football standing at the 43-yard line.
He really is.
Ty Doty.
And they've not really given him an opportunity tonight.
So we'll see if Ty can make a play and just get us in to dangerous territory for against Bob Jones.
Man.
So now 4th down, as everybody's gathering. There must have been a penalty flag on the play, and I guess there was because they're moving that ball back. No, they're marking it correctly. So it's marked at the 18, which is where Sanders went out of bounds. So he's going to be the punter's standing at his own 5, and we are lining up like we are coming full bear.
Man, that'd be great. We come after and get this thing.
And we are sending the house. And almost got it off of his foot.
Get away from it. Get away from it. Get away from it.
And it's going to take a James Clemens bounce.
Get away from that ball.
It's going to be downed at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10, James Clemens at the Bob Jones 34.
So we didn't get to it, but it was still effective. We rushed the punt.
Yep.
He ends up shanking that thing. It's a high ball that ends up somewhere around the 35 right there, and it gives us a great opportunity with 4:46 left in the game.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Hayes Harrison, number 34, comes off the field, pumped about that punt right there, goes to his offensive line, hugs each and every one of them, and gets them pumped up.
Coach McGee's talked about how this veteran group is really close with each other, and that's an example of it right there. Let's go get this thing, boys.
So trips to the near side, Barry in the backfield with Gill. Misdirection, Gill's going to be met in the backfield, brought down, sack.
Busted play.
Barry went the wrong way.
I think so. Or Gill turned the wrong way and had the wrong read, yeah. Because Gill turned, nobody's there, and he had no help on his backside.
So that's going to move it back 6 yards, so 2nd and 16 from the 40-yard line of Bob Jones.
Not the way you want to start that drive.
So 2 splits to the far side, Lively and Little. Barry in the backfield. Now trips as Doty goes out there with him. Gill takes the snap, hands it off to Barry. Barry makes one man miss, still on his feet, busts to the outside, to the 30. Finally hit low at the 30-yard line. Makes the 3rd down manageable, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 5.
Another big run by Cam Barry. Just when you think he's got no chance right there.
He just keeps plowing.
He does, man. He comes up with something. He's got great vision to see where the crease is, where the cutback is. And now you're in a situation where it's 2 down territory.
That's right. So just need to chop away at this 3rd and 5 as got another Bob Jones player down on the field for an injury timeout. So let's take a quick timeout, and when we come back, 3:56 remaining in this ball game, 31-27 your score. Bob Jones on top. You're listening to Jets football on PAS Plus.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256 856-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Welcome back, James Clemens football on PAS Plus. As Gill's going to take the snap, hand it off to Barry around the far side. Barry's got down, going to be still, runs over another defender, goes out of bounds, picks up the first down. He's going to be out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. Now they're going to say 15. They're going to say he went out of bounds at the 15, but he picks up the first down.
That's okay, and it allows us an opportunity to get another first down.
That's right.
We don't have to score right here, so we've got a chance to pick up another first down inside the 5. That's another big-time run by Barry.
So Cam Barry in the backfield with Gill.
A senior taking the responsibility, taking the load on his back.
So Little and Doty closest to us. Now 2 men in motion. Now they get set. Now everybody's ready. Gill takes the hands it. Now I knew that was,
and
I
come
knew
on,
that
guys,
was going to happen.
Come on.
False start against the offense.
You know, I get it, man. Emotions are high. You know what's in stake. It's right there in front of you. It's a big-time rivalry game. You've invested a lot, but we've got to stay the discipline right here. You've just got to keep that in check, man.
So Gideon's coming in now for Doty. So you're going to have Barry and Gideon in the backfield.
And it's been effective for us tonight, right?
It has.
Having those backs. If nothing else, one's a decoy.
So they're gonna line up on either side of Gill. Little is your only split. So now we go into the I formation. Gill under center, takes the snap, tries to get it to Gideon. Gideon hurdles one man, still on his feet all the way down to the 12-yard line. So picks up some positive yards.
Yeah.
And gets almost to the 10. We got to get to the 5-yard line for a first down. So picks up really good yardage there. So second and about 6.
And
second
again,
and 7.
a play it didn't look like there was going to be much, and Gideon makes something out of it.
So back to the I formation as Little lines up on the far side. Gill under center. So we're going to hand it off to Gideon in the backfield. And he's going to be met, still on his feet, slings forward.
More positive yards.
To about the 7, they're going to say 8-yard line. So brings up third down and 3.
And Bob Jones knows what's coming.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's no secret to what we're doing here. These guys are lining up, and they're coming hard trying to meet these backs in the backfield.
So you see that now. Bob Jones defender just falls down. And now they're going to one of the Bob Jones defenders pulled that guy down for an injury timeout. Stops the clock with 2:22.
To be fair.
So if he's really hurt now, I mean, he keeps stumbling. Now I tell you, now he might have been hurt, but that Bob Jones defender yanked him down to the ground.
Well, they were tapping and signaling to the sideline, trying to get him some help. And then I think he did. He realized, all right, we got to do something to stop it. Smart play if that's the case.
Yeah.
Yank him to the ground.
So third down and about 3 when we come out of this injury timeout with 2:22 left to play. So hopefully, I mean, we know what we want. We want a touchdown.
We want a touchdown.
But the other thing that's going on is the time on the clock.
Yeah.
And so that's huge on this drive. We just got to stay focused and get this in. And you can see Coach Truitt down there with Coach McGee talking to the line, talking to the offense, telling them continue to plow ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
keep doing what you guys have been doing.
I'm assuming that's what they're saying.
No, I think you're dead on. One, get them a chance to catch their breath.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Guys, calm down right here. We're better. You've been doing it all night long. Don't do anything crazy right here. Be smart. Okay? It's just man on man, and let's go to work right here.
Done. So third down and 3.
And again, you're in 2-down territory. We're playing for 2 downs to get this first down.
So I formation, Gideon, tailback, Barry up front.
Bob Jones bringing everybody.
They are bringing the house. And so Gideon's going to take it, cuts it to the inside, still on his feet.
First down.
First down to the 1-yard line.
Yes, sir.
First and goal, James Clemens.
Keep that clock running. We got a first down, new set of downs to work with at the 2.
I tell you, they over-pursued on that.
They big time. They were bringing everybody. They walked up all 11. Well, 10 in the box. One guy overhanging, not far. Okay, he's just outside the box. They know what's coming, and they still can't stop the Jets.
So 1:55. We are under 2 minutes left to play. This is the ball game, folks. Right here, 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. James Clemens comes in.
Smart.
Everybody's tight except Little. I formation. Gill pushes way forward, trying to go forward. They're going to say he's down. He's down at the 1.
Yeah, and again, Bob Jones knew, just like everybody knew, once he went under center right there, everybody knew what was coming. The easiest thing to do is just quarterback sneak that in the end zone.
So I'm watching Coach McGee over here.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of...
Oh, he's starting to think clock management
as well.
That's
exactly what he's doing.
Yep.
So Bob Jones is going to call a timeout.
I think that's Bob Jones' last timeout.
I think it is too.
And if that's the case, they can't stop the clock now.
If they get the ball back.
If we score and they get the ball, they can't stop the clock.
So, minute 21 left, 31-27 is your score.
Man, what a game.
Bob Jones trying to keep James Clemens out of the end zone, but it is 2nd and goal from the 1 when play resumes.
Whew. So far, this has been the game has been a tale of 2 halves, right?
It really has.
I mean, Bob Jones scored first. They get out ahead. They take the early lead, and then the rest of the first half was pretty much all James Clemens. Defense was solid. Offense, they could not stop us. We're just pounding the rock. Second half, all kind of James Clemens woes. Undisciplined offensively. Lots of penalties across the field. Incomplete passes. We just couldn't get things going offensively. And then Bob Jones is just putting points on the board consistently. Possession after possession after possession.
21 unanswered points.
All we need is deja vu or vice versa, I guess, and get our 1 touchdown here.
That's what we need with a minute 21 remaining. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here we go, folks. This is the ball game.
Man, this place is rocking. Student section's going crazy. Nobody's sitting down.
Nobody has gone home either, folks. So you've got Gideon and Barry in the backfield. Gill under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Gideon. Gideon trying to find a hole. He cuts it in. He's in there! Touchdown! James Clemens!
And the place goes crazy.
Touchdown! A minute 17 remaining in this ball game, and James Clemens takes the lead once again. Woo!
It's the Carolina. It's the Jet Blue.
It's the Jet Blue.
It's the Jet Blue.
Johnny Johnson, we miss you, man.
I think I saw JT at halftime. JT made it back.
Drove back. Where you at, Johnny? Man, what a game. Ortiz lines up for the extra point. Got to hit this one, folks. Up.
He does.
Good. 3-point lead with a minute 17. 34-31 your score. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll have the final parts of the game.
We won't leave you after this break.
I don't think we can. You're listening to Jets Football on PAS Plus.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at tzatziki'scafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. We were able to take a breath right there in that break.
I'm still not breathing.
We needed it. Minute 17 left, and James Clemens with a 3-point lead in the fourth quarter after an MJ Gideon touchdown run, his 3rd of the night. And I tell you, folks,
what do we do here?
I don't know, man.
There's been some big returns, and we don't need one.
I'd like to see Ortiz just kick it all the way to the end zone.
That would be phenomenal.
So here he goes.
All right, big leg.
Shoot a leather. Here we go. And he kicks it. It's a high kick over there towards Dorsey, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, it landed about the 9 and bounced out of bounds.
So let's do some scenario here. With a minute 17, we know Bob Jones has a high-powered offense.
I need to throw up first.
So 3-point lead right now. Yeah. Where would you say they got to get before a field goal?
I think they got to get to the 20.
So at least that's a 30-yard field goal right there.
Yeah, I think they got to get to the 20.
Actually, that'll be 40, almost a 40-yard field goal if they get to the 20, because he's going to set up about 10 yards back, almost 10 yards back.
And we got a hand on one earlier.
So let's see what we can do. 1st and 10 from the 30. Waiting on them to mark it. It goes out of bounds, so it should be at the 30.
Be at the 30.
Yeah. Or is it the 35? I think it's a 35. No, come on. Come on, guys. 35-yard line. So they've got to go 65 yards.
With no timeouts. Again, we don't have them on the scoreboard, but by my calculation, Bob Jones is out of timeouts.
I think they are too. So 1st and 10. Patriots from their own 35.
You
Jackson
know they're going to chuck it.
He's looking to throw. He's got a man in his face. He's going to roll to the near side. Somebody's on him. Over intended receiver Malachi Foster. But I tell you what, he had number 16, Rashid Freeman, chasing him down from behind.
Yeah, he did. And, that's the tough part. He had a hand in his face earlier. He rolls left out of the pocket. And him being left-handed.
It's a tough run.
Right. So he rolls left out of the pocket. Does a good job of delivering the ball to his receiver. The dart that he couldn't rein in.
So Malachi Foster, the intended receiver, that incomplete pass stops the clock at 1:09 remaining in this ball game. 3-man front defensively for the Jets.
Get after him, Jets.
Jackson looking to throw. Pocket's collapsing. He's going to throw it over to the sideline.
Broken up
by Dowdell. Dowdell read that perfectly. Comes in on Malachi Foster and knocks that ball down.
And he may have baited him on that because he gave quite a cushion and then just sat on it, and he broke on that ball as soon as it comes out of the quarterback's hands.
So Dowdell with a beautiful pass deflection. 3rd down and 10, minute 2 on the clock as the clock stops on the incomplete pass.
Look at this place jumping.
This is crazy. Both sides excited here. Here we go, folks. 3rd and 10. 2 splits to either side. Now man in motion. Low snap. Pocket over the middle. Throws it to the intended receiver, number 11, Dorsey. He makes the reception.
Yeah. It's the
Clock's going to stop on the 1st down as it gets ready to mark the change.
Same zone we've been soft in all night. They were going to do something there and kind of give him a man in the middle of the field. They did. He just sat down in the zone, makes a catch. They got a 1st down.
So clock's now running at 50 seconds and counting. Jackson takes the snap, looks to throw, throws it over to the sidelines. It's almost picked off. DJ Davis in and out of his hands. Clock's going to stop at 44 seconds.
Both those guys, DJ Davis and Dowdell, knew exactly where he was going with the football. One over the top, and then Davis runs under the middle, does a great job of breaking on that football, batted it away, and almost picked off his own deflection.
So clock stops at 44.7 seconds. 2nd and 10, ball marked at the 48-yard line of the Jets.
Come on, Jets, don't let down, baby.
So you got 2 splits to either side.
Keep coming after him.
You got 1 running back in the backfield. That's number 24, Jaden Rice. So here we go. Jackson takes the snap, looking to throw. 3-man rush. He's going to do a jump pass out to Rice. Rice is going to be brought down by number 6, Dowdell, with a big stop right there. Clock's not going to stop as they get down to 30 seconds and counting.
Bob Jones is trying to hurry. They got to get set.
3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Throws it across the middle. It's going to be caught by number 1.
He's down.
He gets the 1st down. Malachi Foster does. That's going to stop the clock at 20 seconds. So, again, soft cushion on the middle.
Yep.
I thought the pass was going to be a little bit low, but he was able to reel it in.
He got down there low to catch it, Even Dr. Nichols is down on the sideline stressing right now.
So 10 seconds and the clock is counting. He's looking to throw over to the sidelines. Pass caught by number 12. That's Cantarina.
Clock's running.
Clock's going to keep going. 5 seconds. 4.
They can't get reset.
They can't. Now the official stops the clock.
Whoa.
Official timeout. What is he doing? They don't have a timeout.
Coach White's out on the field. So Coach White is out to the numbers talking to the white hat. Let's see what he gives us.
So I guess Bob Jones had 1 timeout left. Now look at Coach McGee going out there.
Man.
Now they said timeout, so 5 seconds back on the clock for the Patriots. So Coach McGee is going to go ahead. If you don't go and put everybody in the end zone on this play.
I think you got to. If you've got to prevent defense, this is the time to do it, right?
What a beautiful run there by MJ Gideon earlier, man, just to get in that end zone to give us the lead. But time still back on the clock. There's 4 seconds, so they went ahead and added 4 seconds to the clock. So 5 seconds actually on the game clock. 34-31. Folks, this is a heart attack waiting to happen.
I think I've had 2.
So I tell you,
this game.
This is the game. This is the play right here.
Barring some kind of penalty or something crazy happening.
He's lining up for a field goal. So he's going to be at the 30. They're going to mark him at the 34. So this is a 44-yard field goal for the tie. For the tie. Here we go. We got our hands on one earlier.
44 is a long way.
Let's see if he's got it. It's blocked!
It's blocked! Jets win, baby!
Jets win! Jets win the Madison Bowl! Your final score, 34-31! Jets! 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 What a ball game! Hats off to the Patriots. I will say they played a heck of a second half, but the good guys take it home.
Well, I'm really proud of both teams. You know, we didn't see a lot of the chaos and commotion and the talking and the excess pushing and shoving. We didn't see a lot of that from either team. And, man, hats off to guys from both sides who played a heck of a game and put it all out there. Both teams got the best shot from their opponent.
They did. They really did. And I tell you, this right here is not over. The way the playoff system can work, both of these teams are so good.
Yeah.
And I think that they both have an opportunity to go a little deeper in the playoffs, especially with the new playoff system. But I tell you, Jets take it 2 wins in a row against the Bob Jones Patriots, the other school down the road. We're going to have to take a break, collect our thoughts. My throat hurts. Here we go. You're listening to Jets football on PAS Plus.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at Tzatziki'sCafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately. Avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic, Southern, character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special. And that includes local sports. Call 233-8750. Come by our office at 508 South Jefferson Street or look for the link online at athensal.us.
If you'd like to download a copy of this game or hear it again on demand, go to pasnetwork.net. You can find this game and previous games under the Archives tab. You can also subscribe to the Play Action Sports podcast and listen to it on your favorite platform like iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify, or ask Alexa or Google to open the Play Action Sports podcast, keeping you up to date on Athens and Limestone County sports. Play Action Sports.
Jets win. Jets win. Your final score.
Say it again.
Jets win. Final score 34-31 in the Madison Bowl. Coach McGee and his Jets really, both teams played their hearts out, but the men in jet blue taking it home tonight, Coach Kimbrough.
Always great when the good guys win, especially this game. You don't, man. That's what's kind of what makes this thing special. You know, the kids know each other. They go to church together. They play, travel sports or club sports together. They grew up together. I mean, Madison's not very big.
No.
We have two of the biggest high schools in the state, but the town itself is not very big.
Dr. Nichols and I talked about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right.
I mean, it's not a big town. It's not like we live in Birmingham or Mobile or So it's unique in the sense that you have two huge schools right here, and they're always special when you win this one. It's bragging rights for 365 days, okay? And it just sets a different tone for the school year. Anytime you get to beat those guys.
It does, and I'm sitting here with a big smile on my face, not just because of the fact that the Jets won. I mean, that's a huge thing, but I'm looking at the field right now.
It's incredible.
And Bob Jones there. Don't hold your head down. I know they will. This was a tough loss for them, but looking at the students section, they had to wait, and then finally when they were let loose, they ran down here. They all ran to the players, and now Coach McGee's gathering everybody right there at the 20-yard line and getting them all there, and just that right there just shows you how special this area is and county line culture. That right there is a pure example.
You bring up county line culture all the time, and I think our athletic department does a great job of incorporating. There's a lot of kids down there that don't play any sport. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of kids down there that play other sports, right? A lot of our young ladies down there that play basketball or volleyball or softball. And Coach McGee's making them all a part of it because it does mean that much. It does mean something.
It does, and it shows right there. And we talked to Coach Truitt a couple of weeks ago, and he talked about the brand, and we saw the brand on full display tonight.
Man, did we? You talk about our offensive line mauling people and creating, and they were outsized.
Yes,
right. But they did a great job of just creating creases, and then those two running backs just put the offense on their back.
They really did,
and just burnt their legs up, running hard behind their pads. And then what a job tonight by our defense. Man, them guys were flying around,
and to go against this offense that's been so high powered the first two games, and then they still put up 31 points. 21 of those, they had outscored us 21-0 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
and so hats off to those guys, and hats off. Like you said, the defense. Statistically, though, we need to talk about that. So it's time to bring in Stretch. Our man, Stretch, our chief statistician. So
he had to be stone cold tonight to keep his emotions in check and get those stats done.
So, Carson, tell us a little bit about what the stats look like tonight.
All right, first we'll start off with the JC offense. Jacoby Gill finishes 8 of 13 with 147 pass yards, a touchdown, and a pick, as well as 3 carries for 2 yards. Running back-wise, MJ Gideon, 13 carries, 114 yards, and count them 1, 2, 3 touchdowns on the ground.
Nothing bigger than the one in the end.
No.
Nothing at all. Cam Berry with 11 carries and 67 yards as well, and a rushing touchdown. Receiving-wise, A.J. Little with a catch for 70 yards. Alex Lively with 2 catches for 42 yards and a touchdown. Ty Doty, everything all at once, 5 catches for 44 yards and 5 runs for 26 yards. On the JC defense side of the ball, Hayes Harrison, 5 tackles, a broken pass, and a forced fumble. DJ Davis, a tackle for 7 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and a pass that was almost intercepted. Bryson Dowdle with 2 tackles, a brass breakup, a tackle for loss, and a field goal block that was earlier in the game. Miles Taylor with 4 tackles and an interception. A lot of tackles for loss, a lot of sacks everywhere all around for the JC defense. It's going to
spread it out, boys.
It's going to take a while to list through all the tackles for loss.
Again, the defense was great, and we don't want to forget about the special team.
Oh, no, not at all.
Ortiz did a fantastic job tonight, especially punting.
Yes.
Right? Flipped the field twice for us, and it became the defense's best friend. And then, the field goals and the extra points, of course, big-time role. I mean, they get forgotten. And then, we blocked 1 field goal in the first half. Mm-hmm. Blocked a huge field goal there to seal the game. But we rushed a punt. right? Because we came after it. We rushed a punt, which gave us great field position there late to set up a score.
Right.
I mean, special teams did a great job tonight, and they were solid as well.
So, hey, thanks, Carson. We really appreciate you and all the job that you do. We'll see you Tuesday night on the Wingman broadcast and the podcast there, as we'll revisit these stats on Tuesday night at Walk On Sports Bistro. Join us live at 7 p.m. right there on Tuesday night. But I tell you, we talked about the offense. We talked about MJ Gideon and his touchdowns and the defense. And there's all kinds of players all over the place. And we'll get to our Mellow Mushroom player of the game here in just a little bit. But we want to remind you that you can enter your name for the Lawler's Fan of the Week. All you got to do is go on pasplus.net. pasplus.net. Man, I got to tell you, I'm still a little frazzled, dude.
It's what a game. We were on edge all night. We've been on edge all week. We've been on edge for 2 weeks. We've been waiting for 2 weeks for this game. Just the anticipation of getting here and then getting going and the atmosphere that we talked about earlier. There's no way we can articulate what it was like being here.
No,
but
not at all.
hopefully some of that came through. But it was crazy. I know this. We didn't sit down very much.
Not especially in the second half.
And nobody in the stands sat down very much.
No.
This place was crazy. It was electric. It was rocking. Oh man! I mean, you can't ask for a better atmosphere than this. I'm so happy for our kids, and I'm so happy for our coaching staff because they put so much work into this. And, man, you're right. I mean, both teams went out there and laid it on the line tonight.
Well, we want to congratulate Holly Berry.
Hey.
You are our Lawler's Fan of the Week. You get a gift card from Lawler's Barbecue, and you have 2 weeks to drop by WKAC Radio to pick up your gift card. Hey, go over there and get that stuffed baked potato. It's a winner. So if you want to be the Lawler's Fan of the Week, go on pasplus.net and enter your name. Maybe we'll announce it next time we're on the broadcast. Man. So congratulations, Holly. You are our Lawler's Fan of the Week. Also, want to announce our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Night. Now, our featured Jet will get a gift card from Mellow Mushroom, and we've already kind of hinted, I think, a little bit. Offensively, we were able to score 34 points, and we did a great job. And MJ Gideon tonight, he got 3 touchdowns. Cam Berry had a touchdown. Lively caught a touchdown pass. Jacoby Gill threw the touchdown pass. They were all over the field. Offensively, Cam Berry had a touchdown. So offensively, all of those guys stepped in and did their jobs. Defensively, it could have been anybody tonight.
I'm telling you, you got numerous people to choose from. Offensively, you got numerous guys you can choose from. Defensively, we could give it to the special teams units.
We really could.
I mean, that's kind of what you want, I think, as a coach in your team, is to not be able to pick out a star in all 3 phases of the game, play well.
So there was one particular player that we felt like tonight stood out, not above everybody else, but it was constantly we were able to see this happen defensively. Yeah. He was either in there making a tackle, he was either forcing a fumble, but he was constantly disruptive.
Yeah, he was. He was a force to be reckoned with tonight by the Bob Jones offense. And Hayes Harrison was all over the place. And when he put the lick on somebody, you heard it.
You heard it.
You heard it tonight. And he was a show of force for the Patriots to deal with. He broke up a pass once.
He did.
He forced a fumble.
Mm-hmm.
He was constantly in on tackles, assisting tackles. I mean, the guy was all over the field defensively. You can tell this game meant something to him. And he's also the guy that went down there before the last drive and pep talked the entire offensive line. As he's coming off the field with his defensive unit, he went over to the offensive unit, pumped those guys up. I mean, it's special to him, and you could tell it tonight in the way he played. So
senior leadership from Hayes Harrison. He is our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Night. So congratulations to him, and congratulations to that entire team. I mean, I just really...
If you're wearing JetBlue tonight, congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah. And the fans tonight packed the house, both sides, cheering these players on.
And they don't want to leave.
No, they don't. I mean, I slowly see some of our players walking towards the locker room, but they're still
students
stacked.
are still down there. The parents are still down there. They don't want to leave. They want to soak this in, and I don't blame them.
I don't either. Well, I'm going to let you get on down there, man. You want to get down there and
don't
celebrate?
tempt me, baby. I'll be out of here. Well, if my heart can stand getting down these stairs.
Whew, it is a little bit of a haul. We need an elevator. Maybe I should have mentioned that to Dr. Nichols at halftime.
Yeah. I'm sure. I got some other things I'd want to invest our money in first, but man, just the stress of this game. Like I said, the anticipation and the stress that we've had up here. What a game! I wouldn't trade it for anything, but it's taking a toll on me. I'm gonna have to sleep in tomorrow.
I can't. I got a golf tournament to go to.
A buddy texted me a while ago and said, "You want to go at 7:30 in the morning?" I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be ready for that.
We got a shotgun start at 8 a.m. Man, I got to be there.
Good luck out there.
I'll see what I can do. Going out there to play golf in a tournament over there, and looking forward to that.
Fill me in Tuesday how it goes.
Yeah, well, probably not going to be very much.
We're going to celebrate this again Tuesday night when we all get together.
Yeah, because it's the Wingman podcast every Tuesday night right here on PAS Plus, and you can join us at Walk On Sports Bistro,
baby,
in Madison on Highway 72. It'll be myself, Coach Kimbrew, Coach Johnson. You'll have Stretch in there. We'll have the Wizard of Oz himself. You'll have Tim Lambert, our producer extraordinaire. Come over there. Join us for the Wingman podcast every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock at Walk On Sports Bistro. Man, I tell you what, final score, 34-31. James Clemens with the winner in the Madison Bowl. They take a region lead with a 1-0 region lead. I tell you.
And we're undefeated on the season.
And we're undefeated. 2-0 tonight for Coach McGee. Hey, listen, for Brad Kimbrew, for Tim Lambert, for Stretch Austin, I'm Kirk Pierce. Thanks for tuning in. You've been listening to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus.
You've been listening to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. Listen to the archive of this game or past ones by going to PASplus.net. James Clemens Football is a production of the PAS Network.